that's how you really feel, Hannah.
It's called past 8. Yay. It is showtime. Well done. It was
thank
playing
God.
this.
What?
That'll do.
Technical issues.
Anything technical?
It's the same fucking microphone. It's reset it to default. Hello? Hello. There
Yeah,
we
we
go.
can hear you.
Yeah, I know you can hear me. You...
No, I'm listening to the stream. I'm trying to be a good, like...
40 minutes, love.
Showmanship.
Right, welcome to the channel.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Oh, let's just play D. Don't bother. Just start.
I need a different group. I need a different group. It's broken.
Heavyweight gaming. Yay. Right, we play lots of D&D. It's Monday, first night of the week. We're playing DnD5e Ed. This is our campaign. When Glory is Not Enough. It's session 12. It's set in Atori, which is a nation in the world of Colossus, which we'll get to in a moment. I hate children. Sponsors. We don't have any. Social media. It's all gone. Dice has been robbed. Still
TikTok, we
talking
still have
bollocks.
TikTok.
There's no
Yeah, we're still on TikTok.
Yeah, we're still on TikTok. 3 million followers. Fuck all content. So, yeah, social media. If you want to go find us on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, if you just search for Heavyweight, you should be able to find us, or Heavyweight Gaming, you'll be able to find us. Follow us, subscribe, tick the box or whatever it is that tells you that I've posted stuff about what we're doing, what we're writing about, what we've got planned and all that good stuff. If you want to go into the past 4,000,065 foot of hours of story time, go to our YouTube channel, put Heavyweight Gaming in, you'll find it. Boom, look at Ree's just going to spam chat now, by the way, guys. Some of these links are probably not relevant, but
No, I didn't know if Mel was there or not, because she
click
didn't do it straight away. So...
Just read what you're clicking on, because we don't know what Ree's putting up, right? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
I found out how to make things now. It's
shit.
the end.
If you want to go check out our YouTube, please do. Don't worry about subscribing and all that. We'll obviously be very thankful if you do. But if you just want to watch all the hours and that we've done previously, feel free. There's a lot of it, I will warn you. If you want to come and join us in our Discord channel, hundreds of people, thousands, millions of people have got Discord channels. Everyone's on different servers and all this palaver. It's great. If you want to find out where we are immediately, just join our server, look out for our notifications, and we'll tell you some nerdy shit. Mel, please take the wheel. I can't cope with the pressure. I mean, please don't set yourself on fire, Mel. So yeah, go find us on social media. We're on Discord and we're on YouTube. We've got some sponsors. Coyote Grey is an artist. Specifically, does a lot of chibi artwork, a lot of tokens that they put up on Roll20. So if you go to Roll20's marketplace and put in Coyote Grey, or follow the link, you'll go and see all the chibi packs that they put up there. To celebrate the 20 years, I think it is, of Roll20, they did a combined pack. I don't know if it's still up there. You can have a check. They've got a Cyberpunk pack up there, which I took immediately and used it in my Cyberpunk games. Their artwork's super cool, and they're also the artist that did the cover art and the commission... what's the word? The specific character art for the chibi tokens on the Tuesday lot. So go check out Coyote Grey. Super, super, super cool. Sirenscape, not a sponsor, however, brilliant. We use them on everything. They get great ambient sound sets that you can use to have dragonfire, goblins fighting, taverns, seas, storms, mountains, magic circles. The list goes on.
Dates and pistachios.
Sugar dates, pistachios. Go check them out. They're brilliant at what they do. If you are sat around a table, one, you are very, very lucky. Two, if you've got a tablet or a computer, bloody phone, Bluetooth device, etc., you can play the music. It sounds cool. It gives you a bit of ambience. If you are playing online like we do, everyone downloads a web player app. You invite them to your game. You play some music. It goes through their app. They turn it up and down as they see fit. Ba-boo. The maps we use, not the one you can see on the screen, the one you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of Itoria, we made with Incarnate, which is brilliant. Not a sponsor or anything, but super. Like, I love their map making tokens and stuff that they do, and the personality of the software is just brilliant. I love it. So go check out Incarnate. The maps we use throughout this campaign for our battle maps for Roll20 and such is 2-minute tabletop. If you haven't heard of him, go check him out. They're brilliant. He does all these little maps and stuff, hand drawn. They're proper nice, colourful, characterful sketches. Just gets better every time he releases some. I've also stolen his rules, his homebrew rules for climbing on massive creatures, which I'm looking forward to throwing in there. But yeah, check out 2 Minute Tabletop. Their artwork is super cool, and it's nice to be using them. Right, that's the official sponsors, not sponsors slash sponsors, but not for this campaign. Right, where did we get to? We got some stuff released on DM's Guild. Go check it out. We got Tasha's Heavier Crockpot of Bits and Bobs that's been out well over a year and a half. 200 copies sold. It's amazing. It's got artwork in there. It's 80 pages. It's got spells, 80 new spells. Not one on each page. First major supplement by HWG for DnD5e has been out over a year. Tasha's Heavier Crockpot of Bits and Bobs. 81 pages of subclasses, spells, artwork, and everything TTRPG player wants. Find it here for $9.95. DM's Guild. Follow the link. Boom. It's amazing. If you want something else that was released more recently, you can go still to DM's Guild and find Frank and Kenzie's Traders Compendium book. We got a link for that, maybe? Oh, it didn't pop up. Hey, what? How was that my fault, man? Oh, there we go. Heavyweight RPG. Yeah, that's us. Have released their second source book on DM's Guild, Frank and Kenzie's Tradesfolk Compendium. A lot of the content in this book is a bit of a homage to small businesses, and you'll find Easter eggs relevant to our favourite sponsors, friends of the stream, and more. Just $12.95 on DM's Guild. Follow the link. It's cool. It's so cool. It's really, really cool. And like I say, it's a bit of a homage to all the small folk like us, the wee folk, and our pursuit of happiness and dreams. But yes, 200 bits. If these lot want rerolls, tough. If you lot throw 200 bits at them, they get a reroll. They cannot. Do you feel sorry for the adventurers? A monkey face. Donate 200 bits /cheers to give the party a reroll. They can't be used on the DM or death saving throws. They don't roll over to the following week. There's no longer a cap. If you want heavyweight reroll, heavyweight monkey. Nice.
Don't know why the emotes are fucked.
Brilliant. Yeah, so if you if you want to throw 200 bits in, they do get a reroll, and there is no cap, so go nuts. But don't feel you have to at all. If you are evil and a fan of the Dungeon Master, you can pay 500. That's right, pay 500 bits, and I get a super reroll of Doom. Everyone's just typing monkey face. Why no emotes? I don't know. Hannah's emotes worked.
I think they are there, but for some reason it's not working for Nightbot.
Oh.
Fuck you, Nightbot.
Fuck you, Nightbot. Right. What have I missed? Oh! What? Oh, Jesus. UK Games Expo. Next week. Not this weekend coming. The weekend after. Cool. Instagram. Oh, yeah. Go follow Errant Flame on Instagram. Her artwork is stupid good. Should be illegal, and she should be a millionaire. Go check out Errant Flame on Instagram. Not this weekend, but the weekend after. UK Games Expo from the 1st to the 5th of June 2022, which I'm told is this year, at the Birmingham NEC. HWG will be there, consisting of myself. Some people call me heavy, others fat, the bastards. And Eduardo, a.k.a. Mr. Valentine, for reasons you can find out at the UK Games Expo. We'll be sharing a table with Baddie Inspiration, shouting about all things heavyweight, RPG, nerdy, geeky, world building, etc. Come along and say hi. We're not selling anything other than ourselves, keep it clean, and Colossus. So yeah, come and talk to us. Whilst you are there, Monkey Face, find out more at that site. Thank you, Alice. I'm going to get that wrong. Alice?
No, don't say thank you.
Why? Because
That's
they give me 500
bits.
bits. I mean,
That's oh for fuck's sake.
I'm, you know,
That's
is
my
that your
boyfriend.
Raph?
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
your man in check.
He's a keeper. He's a keeper.
Get the gloves.
Yeah, come to the come to the UK Games Expo. Say hello to us. We'll be there all weekend. We're sharing a patch with Baddie Inspiration. We'll also be there selling beautiful nerdy stuff of dice and dice bags, dice
Thanks,
jails,
Thank you, Mel.
scented candles. Cheers, Mel. Brilliant people to be around. Brilliant people to get stuff off. So yeah, come and see us. You'll get to see Mel and Luke with Baddie Inspiration, and you'll get to see me and Eddie of Heavyweight, and we will talk to you forever about nerdy stuff. There's also a 1 hour slot happening over the weekend on the Saturday from 3:30 till 4:30 in one of the places in the NEC that I will confirm, where I will be doing a 1 hour look at me, I know what I'm talking about, winging it moment about world building and such, and a bit of a Q&A so people can ask about Colossus. So come and join Eddie and Mel and Luke as they heckled the living shit out of me because, because it's Eduardo. In the Meeple room at the NEC near Hall 3. There you go. Right, there we go. We've got another con in August. But what I'm going to do is just concentrate on the one immediately for now. We'll talk about all that later. And we got a charity stream straight after the UK Games Expo on the 30th. Jerry Green Dog Rescue operates 4 centres across 3 counties. Their centres are in Lincolnshire, Yorkshire and Nottinghamshire, all the 3 best shires. They work hard to rescue, care for and rehome stray, abandoned and unwanted dogs, and help them find their forever homes. Help Heavy, Mr. Valentine and the team raise some money during their 24-hour charity stream on the 30th of July. That's our Just Giving page. Now, over the last couple of years, maybe 3, we've raised £6,000, give or take a quid. All right, for various charities. We're super proud of what we do, and we're super proud of the little community of nerds that come around and throw some pennies at us while we're doing these stupid things, and it's brilliant, and we want to keep that going. So this year we're splitting it up into 2 charity streams, and the first one of the year is going to be Dungeon Mastered by Eduardo, and yes, we'll be setting Colossus because he's weird and creates a world every time he does a one-shot, but we pulled him back into Colossus. but yeah, so Eddie's going to Dungeon Master this. I'll be playing in it, and we've got a few repeating offenders that you will have seen on the channel from many moons ago. But yes, we're going to be playing it in person, round the table. It'll be perfect. Everything will go smoothly. Nothing will go wrong. But yeah, please come and do that. And we'll shout about more stuff the closer we get to it. Because, I'm trying to reduce these intros from 3 hours to 5 minutes. Right, is that it? Are we done?
Yes, did we cover that one? Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Recap. Many moons ago, when there isn't children being ill, or people dying, or work happening, we played D&D. I think we called it Session 11. And these lot had a fight against 2 heavy lookalikes with some wonderful tattooing.
Jelly bellies.
The Jelly Bellies tried to eat the party, and the party said, no, we're impossible to eat, because we're playing overpowered classes made by other famous Dungeon Masters.
I will
The Jelly
change
Bellies.
my character
Nope.
if you carry on.
Nope. You will remain in that bitter state so I can repeat this at every recap. But yeah, they had a fight against 2 very large creatures that tried to eat them. Some had more success than others. And another turned into a horse, which, not the Jelly Bellies, the Druid. So yes, so you defeated these 2 creatures. You noticed upon them that they were tattooed. 7 glyphs of sorts were branded into them. One of them had been ritualistically scratched out, cut out, or made to look as though it was ruined. But yeah, they just came out, and they were a good 20 feet tall. They just came out of the sands. They weren't immediately spotted when you turned up, which was a surprise to yourselves, as it's just grasslands and plainlands. The forests are off to the side of the coast to your right. You discovered a cave, which we nearly... I don't know what was going on with the cave, but there was some more. It was the first true conflict of the internal conflict of the party. We must loot.
I believe I said look, not loot. Look.
You pronounce it how you want it. It's the Viconian accent, mate. You know what I mean? We all know what was going on in those greedy little Bjorn eyes. Right? You know what I mean? We've killed an enemy. Surely there's a chest with our names on it.
Surely we get a reward for this.
Yeah.
no
I've
one's
heard
paying us
tales
to be here.
of adventurers. Some call it experience in life, others levelling up. So,
Speaking of,
good luck. You're not allowed. Like Echo Knight's only reached level 4. It's a Colossus thing. You know what I mean, I can't do
I
it
would
by
like
it.
at least level 5, and then I'm going somewhere else. So.
Yeah. I can't remember if you looked in the cave.
We did look in the cave.
Did
I
we?
looked in the cave.
I wasn't there for it.
Raya looked in the cave.
Oh, okay.
While I was
yeah.
invisible and flying.
Yes.
Oh, you saw a ship, didn't you?
It was
no.
big enough for a ship.
Big enough for
Big
a
enough
ship.
for a ship. There
It was a ship
some-
house.
There
There were
was
some
3
like
galleys
thousands.
out at sea.
Yeah,
blue sails.
over
Yes.
towards somewhere. Because I remember I was like, "There's nothing there," and then flew off.
Yeah, and you flew
I
back out.
think. Yeah, and north is the town we're going to. Northwest was a forest, and then northeast was 3 galleons with blue sails.
Yeah.
Take a few hours to get to it.
Alright.
I make notes.
Did Eddie just send you his notes?
No, I legitimately made notes.
Go on, Sam.
Always.
Go on, Sam. Hurry up, dude. People are waiting for epic adventures and stories. You look weird.
Oh, nice,
Sam.
Sam.
I
So
thought he
Eddie's-
was just going to headbutt you.
He's making a funny face because you call him cute.
Just fly back in.
Not cute.
Got a wreck to protect.
Call you cute. Look, let's
be
not
fair,
talk
I
about
did the
bump face,
same
Edward. So, what are you doing? Where do we leave it? Do you about
Go
to
into
set
that.
off?
Go into that place that we've been trying to go to for like
Aye,
4
that place
sessions.
you trapped. Yeah.
We were having a rest and lunch
You were having
first.
yes, you were having a
Oh,
short
really?
rest because it
Okay.
seemed, that the warlock needed it. So
God wanted one.
We just had a scrap.
I bet look, if you want to role play, I'm tired and I need a rest. You got your con back. What's up with you, man?
Oh, I need to open my character sheet. Okay, good bloody
Right, so
start.
you're enjoying your short rest. You're having your lunch. I think you reckon you could probably get to Clay Eye tonight, but it'd be late. Or you getting there in the morning for a day. I can't remember. The Feast of Stars is tomorrow.
Night
But,
or tomorrow day?
Tomorrow evening.
Evening.
Okay.
Did we have a short rest? Is that a short
You're in
rest?
short rest right now, so you
Okay,
can
that's
do
fine.
whatever you need to do for your short rest, spell slots, hit dice, etc. If
Second
you wish
one.
to converse with one another during short rest, please do.
Ew.
No.
Why would we do that?
Yeah.
Storyline progression? What? Knowing about your other fellow player characters? No.
My apologies, I forgot. So what are you doing? How would you like to progress?
AD, I'm attuning to the Rod of Retributions.
We just had a scrap. I wanted a short rest and a lammy. Okay, you attuned to the Rod of Retribution.
Can I want to go up to Rhea during the short rest.
Okay.
And say that before I was going to say before yesterday. It was before the fight, after we'd slept. When I was on watch, I saw some stone squirrels on Ares, the big mount of that nice gnome. Have you ever heard of a stone squirrel before?
Sorry, I couldn't help but the way you were describing it.
Every word was like.
Have I just said this?
Oh, hold on.
Have you wherever you come from,
No,
which
no.
kind of gestures like up and down, like you just know what it's doing. Wherever you might hail from, are there creatures made of stone that move sometimes around half terrestrial animals?
I don't know, this is a Toria.
That was a
I don't think it's
lot.
possible.
That was a lot in that question. Give me a history or arcana check, Raya. Entirely up to you.
Ooh, I'm definitely going to be taking out Arcana. Maybe. On an 8.
I mean, maybe on an 8.
Maybe. The world is full of wonders.
There is
It-
definitely
literally.
stone creatures you've seen before, but that's about
Yeah.
the length of it.
Squirrels, rocks that move. It could be anything, completely honest with you.
But
I live in a bit of a weird world.
So when I told the owner of Ares, he didn't seem to. His reply wasn't as sincere as I would have hoped. He didn't seem to think that I was telling the truth. He might have thought that I was drunk or exhausted. But
Were you?
no. I definitely
bad.
saw these things. Yeah. But as long as I'm telling you that I saw them, and if I go insane, right? If anything happens to me, I definitely
Insight
saw them.
check.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you might be going crazy and we need to keep an eye.
No. All I'm saying is I'm passing this information along to someone else. So it's your burden to bear as well that there are stone squirrels around. I've never seen them before. They definitely aren't native to Etoria, but there were definitely stone squirrels running up and down Ares when I looked at him during my watch. And Althea just turns and walks away.
You've absolutely picked the right person to give this information to.
Harry just kind of sits there and goes, ah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ray's having flashbacks of the dog moment.
Like, what is the point of me?
I feel like Rhea wouldn't have judged me like someone else. might
Raya
have done.
would have judged you.
In a different
Raya
way.
is judging you. Like, fuck.
But yes, I have passed that. That is, yeah. Althea tells you that, and she's still not sure that she's not losing it, but we'll go with it.
Raya will be sure now to look out for stone squirrels.
Noted.
Thank you. I don't see you writing it down though, so if you
You're
could
muted,
actually
Etheria.
note that.
Yeah, Tony, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we cannot hear you.
Din, 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 din.
Nope.
So Etheria cuts out their own tongue.
Yeah.
This is it now for the rest of the campaign.
Would any of you like to get there tonight, or are we camping further away from this place we are going, and getting there tomorrow?
I do think we could camp further away from here. Neither of those jelly folk seemed particularly fire-breathing.
They did also seem to spawn out of nowhere, so I'd rather them not spawn out of nowhere again.
Yeah, and I think the less time we spend in the place that we're going, like if Glutonius has been warned about our kind of arrival and that we've been asking after her, maybe the less time we spend there, the better.
Why don't we go halfway?
Yeah.
Halfway, camp in the woods, and then do the rest of it tomorrow in time for the feast.
Conserve our energy and do not rush and push ourselves too hard to get there later. Then we are ready for them tomorrow.
Exactly. Just not sleeping here. Because that guy's really crispy, and I don't want that.
The other one is very comfortable. It's got all silks and
Yeah.
and pillows, and it looks quite.
Bjorn, that fancy rod you're holding came from that tent, right?
The nicer one, yes, without the crispy critter in it.
And what happened to the owner of the rod?
When they turn up, I will return it to them.
No, that's not what I'm implying here. I think you're misunderstanding me.
I am not stealing the rod.
No, Bjorn.
So, just nothing to do about the rod, but even in the comfy one that's got silks and pillows and stuff like that, it still smells.
Also flammable. Very flammable. Also, you know that weird thing with the door that I watched you do? That you couldn't open it at one point and then...
I think the magic is gone.
That's how magic works.
But what if...
Freya goes and pushes on the door. But
Doesn't
not
move.
door.
It's rigid.
Maybe it's locked.
It's tent flaps. And we can hear you.
Yeah, but we hear you.
I'm not sure I'd feel comfortable sleeping in a tent full of silks that has a rod with no owner, who I suspect is dead, next to a tent full of crispy dwarf.
We should almost definitely make camp somewhere else, but I was just
Yes.
thinking perhaps
No.
to make our
Don't
bedrolls a bit more comfortable, we could.
Whenever you have thought beyond, you've usually almost died.
Come
I
We
was
could
thinking
travel-
we could take some pillows from the nice and comfy tent and use them to camp.
It's locked.
Another thing to
No, it is
clarify.
just a bit. I'm gonna go over and attempt to force the flaps open.
Just reacts as a normal tent when you step towards it.
All right, I'm just gonna start gathering up pillows.
Okay, you're stood there with your pillows inside the tent. What do you do?
Leave.
They turn to ash as you leave.
I think it actually laughs.
How'd
That
that
doesn't
go
look
for
very
you?
comfy, Bjorn.
We should probably make a move.
Great idea.
I think if we travel as far as we can comfortably today, and then at least we're nearby the city tomorrow, and we can
Great.
head in.
Let's make like a tree and leave.
Wow. Wow.
Raya.
Raya gets to stay behind now.
Very proud of herself though. You see her just grin. Like,
Raya's
I did a
first
joke.
joke.
I have finally got it. It's just a very good grant. It's really brilliant. I like
Just-
it very much.
Just like that, she just kind of like bounces off. Step in a spring. Just
Because
step in a spring.
The
Yeah.
trees, they have leaves. It is,
Beyond.
it's excellent.
Okay, come on. And I'm gonna grab Bjorn's arm and like shoulder and just drag
Two
Bjorn
ancient Tarasques appear and eat Bjorn and Rhea. And like a tree, they fuck off.
away. What place do you encounter, AD?
Welcome to Atoria.
I hope people are watching for that.
Do any of the
comedy gold.
Tarasques have any stone squirrels on them?
Give
You
me a
always see them.
perception check.
Okay, right, perception check.
No,
Ooh, actually, pretty
so
good. Hold
Tarasque.
on.
oh no! Let us move on because the
I
longer
was
this
looking
goes,
for
the
stone
more
squirrel.
these Tarasques become real.
Power of the imagination.
Stone
Or of the
squirrels
DM.
fall on your
Stop
head.
running. Healthier is
Very
running.
large stone squirrels.
Anyway,
Valk, wanna be a
No,
different
no.
character for a little bit? No?
want to be a
Just-
stone
You
squirrel?
wanna be a Tarasque? You wanna be a Tarasque riding a stone squirrel in a battle?
I feel like
Yes.
A Tarasque riding a stone
just stood there
squirrel.
shaking my head, but the book's still scribbling it all down.
You're trying to stop the book, like, no. The book's like, this is
We don't
gold,
need that
man,
bit.
it's gold. Feather,
The book's
between
like-
me.
Make like a leaf.
Right.
No, book, you've got it wrong. It is make like a tree and leaf. You
Okay,
got it the wrong
okay,
way.
Bjorn,
Your book,
Bjorn,
it broke.
Bjorn.
What?
Shift, and I'm actually gonna walk behind Bjorn and
It
shove.
was a very funny joke.
Move. Just Velk, help me. Althea, you're safe. Etheria, help me.
I'm a 3 foot two.
Wait,
bat.
we gained a viewer. Quick, make the joke again. Make like a tree and leave.
You're looking at the wrong thing. We've lost a viewer.
So welcome to Heavyweight D&D.
Don't you put my name on this shit.
We are your hosts.
Etheria's halfway up the road.
I wandered into the wrong stream. That's all that's happened here.
I'll jog and catch up with Etheria.
Tyrion starts jogging, seeing Bjorn behind them. He's just gone.
Gone and come back.
I try to stay off, but Becky won't let me.
Oh,
So, surrounded by leaves, where are you going?
To that place with the feast.
North.
Biggie can't see.
Althea,
Yeah?
what is the name of the place we are going?
Clay Eye.
Not clay mouth.
Don't sound cocky now. That ship sailed, Althea.
And it's north from here.
Yeah, Etheria's like a couple of 100 meters ahead. They've gone.
Etherea's level 12. Like, she's on with
Can I
a
go with
quest and everything.
Etheria? I want to go with Etheria.
There you go. As you all move up the coast, is your plan to camp out before you get there? Did you say
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to
Yes.
travel as far as we can comfortably tonight without getting there and sort of stop maybe a couple of miles outside the city.
Okay. Can one of you roll a d20, please?
Yes. 16.
You got one more than me.
16 Tarasques.
Yeah. Armoured Tarasques with
Bear
gnomes
starts
and
picking
squirrels on them.
bins.
The rest of the day is pretty simple. The weather is
Like
warm.
Norwegian.
You can hear the waves on the coast, the mountains next to the cliffs that you're kind of walking the top of. Moving away from the camp that you were at, the gradient goes elevated. Why the fuck is my camera's doing me in? And you, yeah, it's a nice and simple day. The sun is high for most of it. The ships with the blue sails that you saw off the east, towards the east, they stay with you for a couple of hours, or stay in sight rather than with you for a couple of hours, and then they sail away until eventually they're gone on the horizon. As sun gives way to moon, the night is upon you, and it is time for your nighttime camp. You set up camp with your own stuff. There isn't a nice camp laid out waiting for you. Most folk that do the trek from the camp you left behind in the middle of the day usually push through and just get to Clare in the night. You can see the town ahead of you. You're only a few miles out. There is not a lot of it's within your line of sight. There's not a lot of geographicalness going on that would block it. I don't know words, Falk. You're the bard, mate. I couldn't even think. I was like, how do you say it? There's no shit in front of you.
Terrain or
The rain.
The landscape is
terrain.
clear.
The
The
landscape.
landscape
Yeah,
is
see, there's a
clear.
word.
Yeah.
anything but what you said.
What did I say? Geographicalness. There you go. I scored it. Mate, if they could
It's
put
flat
chav in
and
the
you can't-
dictionary, they could put geographicalness. Yeah, the landscape and terrain is pretty clear. I know it's blocking your view. You can see the town of Clare ahead of you. It is dark. The lights are on. They've got torches burning. You can just see the silhouette of the rooftops and such. There's nothing different about it compared to the other architecture you've currently seen in Atoria. And from here, it just looks like a coastal town. Not much of a port, though. Just a coastal town. But you know it's not much of a port, Althea. And you have your evening camp.
I'll take first watch if we need a watch.
I think we should have a watch.
Well, it's up to you.
I'll join you, Etheria. I think
Cool.
this close to. I'd rather be with you.
I'll do the second watch. Wake me up when you're after a couple of hours.
You go. Yes, no problem.
Anyone else?
They're all
I
like,
will decide who I wake up after that. Who will do the third watch.
Oh, all right, Althea.
Whoever I kick in the head is doing the third watch.
So, you have your evening meal. It's wonderfully tasty and full of landscape and terrain. And Etheria and Faze. That's it now. I'm having a proper Joey moment now.
You expanded your vocabulary. You're going to use them so much.
To be fair, you could have said, I thought you made the words up, so I'm just going to trust. But yeah, Etheria and Faze, you are like, the other four are asleep. Pretty sure Faze has been asleep for weeks. But not Faze, Felk. Faze and Etheria. Are you conversing? Do you just want to both give me a perception check? That's a rhetorical question.
Oh shit.
I don't know if I can give you a perception check. Right. I moved all my dice around earlier and now I've lost them.
Someone clearly didn't explain the game to you. I don't know if I can. I don't know if we've got there in our relationship yet.
While we're starting this rest, I'm caring for my swords again, and I think I'm concentrating on them far too much because I got an 8.
Ooh, okay. Faze?
15.
Okay. A pack of dogs come running past.
Bjorn wakes up.
Yeah.
9.
So, Etheria, you again are very distracted by concentrating on your swords. Faze, you are from the House of Forge, like the province of the Forge. They are all smiths, crafters of armour and weapons and trinkets of metalwork and such, and you have seen more than enough experts at what they do, and they wear the aftercare for certain items that are created to make sure that they maintain their sharpness or their robust plate. The way Etheria is caring for the blades is different. There is a genuine, almost parent to child. It's difficult to describe, but they can see that the care that Etheria is given to their blades is beyond that of functionality, and it's on a more personal level. And there is a wisp of what you might have thought was maybe smoke at first, or just a trick of the eye, but there seems to be a greyish, real dark greyish arcane energy that kind of just sparkles from the fingertips of Etheria when their pink scales touch the blade.
Righty.
Thank you. This was given to me when I went to train.
Where did you train?
Sorry?
Where did you train?
In Vi with my mother taught me much of the sword.
Your mother look similar to you, or pink and sparkly?
I should say my second mother, but I don't think I've met anyone that really looks like me. Even my parents weren't this colouring.
No, we're not the most subtle group. I can't see us doing much stealth work on the whole.
The invisibility thing was useful.
Sure, but Ray is a large flying bird person. Velk is probably fairly stealthy, to be fair. Althea looks like she should be on the cover of a heroic novel. Bjorn would fall off whatever we sent him to look at. And then there's me and you, who don't exactly blend in either, do we?
Yeah. We have other strengths.
Yes. We're good at hitting jelly things. Jelly belly creatures.
And bins.
And bits. So good with the bits. And also asking dogs if they're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that. Do you know, I think we might have messed a few things up. Theoria.
Yeah. We seem to be on the right track, maybe. This tracking seems very easy.
Well, you know, Althea's a master of tracking, as we know. She's smashing it.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect tomorrow. We're following a greedy dwarf.
Following a greedy dwarf. It's
The
it's a
eighth
bit
dwarf.
surreal.
Yeah, it's not why.
The eighth dwarf greedy. Sorry. Sorry.
Kicked out by Snow White.
Yeah, this isn't what I expected when I set out on my walk.
I didn't expect to have any friends.
No?
No.
Do you not remember friends from before?
Anyone who knew me before wasn't really comfortable with me after.
Did this come afterwards?
That was the big change. There were a few others, but I don't think I was as approachable, perhaps.
I can feel it a bit. I don't think many people have been completely comfortable with me.
You're such a sweetie.
People are more fascinated with me. People back home, I say back home, people where I was born, I think some of them feared me.
Feared you?
Yes, there were stories when I was born. The strange stuff. My parents told me the sun didn't rise.
You were born on an eclipse? Or it just didn't rise?
I don't know. It's hard to get straight stories because people seem to see mysticism and stuff in everything. But apparently I was born, the sun didn't rise, and then I eventually became this colour. And then the Elves of Vi came and offered me a place when I started to learn my magic, and I went there. And then
Sorry.
Oh no, I love Vi. It's a beautiful place, and my family are so nice. My sister is amazing. My mother is everything. My dad's nice. He's a gardener.
So these are your family in Vi, not your birth family. Your family
No,
are the ones that chose you.
Yes, my chosen family. Am I the chosen family? I'm adopted. That's the word.
Someone chose someone.
Yes, that's choosing. But yes, my family there are amazing. But even there was people that were wary of me, because I was still a little different. There's people that were fascinated by my magic and they wanted to push that side of things. Then some other people that was, I don't know, more wary.
I've seen you in combat. I'd be scared of you if I was on the wrong end of your blade. Particularly that zippy thing you did through the big blue snake. I've forgotten his name. We cut his head off, and I've forgotten his name.
Mr. Blue.
Sure.
Helios.
You did that. You did that zippy thing through Helios, maybe. You did the zippy thing through him, and then you came out the other side with the sword. Very cool.
I try. I'm trying very hard to be worthy of my blade.
How do you become worthy of your blade?
That's what I hope to find, I guess.
Well, hopefully you're on the right path with us.
I hope so. I tried talking to the Goliath from my homeland, and he was very nice, and he helped me out a bit and gave me a health potion, and I gave to Beyond because he really needs them.
Yeah.
You're asleep.
You can't say a word.
But yeah, it's hard to define what my walk is or what I'm supposed to do. I hope this is it. I think I need to stick around to at least make sure Beyond doesn't do something totally daft.
You know, Bjorn seems like a really good person. I think I've been a little harsh on him so far. He tries so hard to be nice and friendly, and I keep being a bit of a bitch to him, I think.
I think he is a good person. Could perhaps try to think ahead a little.
What does this chain do? Giant toilet.
Yeah, I've never been flushed before.
Can't say that anymore. Etheria, I don't find you scary.
Thank you.
I hope that you don't find me scary. I know I give off the vibe, I've been told.
Not at all. I think you're pretty. The work is amazing.
I think you're very pretty. It goes far.
You're pinker.
You should keep working on your thoughts. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I was just curious.
It's not interrupting. I will carry on playing with my blades.
She didn't say weapon.
Didn't say weapon.
I oil my sword.
Okay. So.
And grind it.
Anyway, whilst the teenagers deal with whatever they're doing, your watch passes, and Althea, assuming you wake Althea.
I'll walk over and slightly cautiously, because I think Althea last time tried to hit me, so I'm just gonna
a long stick.
Poke Althea from a distance. Go, Althea, Althea.
Althea starts awake and reaches for a sword and then sees you and she's like, yes, friends. Remembering where she is.
I step back quite a long way.
Who are these people?
Your turn, if that's okay.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
You soloing it, Althea?
Yes. She's not gonna do much other than get out like a little scrap of once Etheria and FaZe have gone to bed. Get out a little scrap of paper and just doodle a little swan on it, thinking about her echo, and then she just wants to think of, because I assume she'd heard of, because of she grew up in Etoria, she'd heard about the 12, and she'd know of the kind of stories of them, and she just wants to think on the other 11, like remembering what they are, wondering if she'll
Give
meet
me
them.
a religion check.
7. It's an 8 minus 1.
I had this brilliant monologue in my head. And then you rolled a 7.
I'm a little bit of the
So
monologue.
you're getting monologue B.
Yeah.
As you're drawing your swan. And trying to think of the other 12 and such. You kind of you're half distracted thinking and half like concentrating on the swan, and you look down and you've made a horrendous addition to this swan. Like, you kind of start tilting it, you're like, what is that? And you're trying to work it out. It takes you a while, but you've tried to draw like the Corinthian helmet that you wear, to like stylize and fit to this swan's like head and neck. And you can imagine with someone of talent, it'd probably look pretty cool, but it looks like someone stood on the swan's head. But you kind of are aware of what you were attempting.
And then she'll just think of just lots of thinking of the 6 and 1 that refused, and try and think if she's heard of any Etorian folklore or legend that would even possibly relate to 7 beings, 1 that was the odd one out, and just continue a watch.
Give me a history check first, and then a perception.
Oh, that's another minus 1. That is a 14 though.
Total, yeah.
Yeah, 15 minus 1.
Whatever it is so old that it's not common knowledge. Even when you were in the mountain and you saw the statue and such, and just these last couple of days, nothing's popping out at you that would trigger a memory that, in regards to this 6 and 1, or however it's been worded around the place. But for some reason, you've got a gut feeling that they're not deities. You can't think why, you can't remember why, you can't pin anything on it. It's just a gut feeling. You might be wrong.
Yeah, we were given not given, the coins that they found with Pelios were 6 coins, and then 1 was wooden. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. She'll think on that, and just make note to mention it to someone the next day, because there's a link there, and then continue her watch.
What was your perception roll?
I think that's just a flat 12. Yeah.
Whilst pacing on top of the cliff, just thinking, trying to like piece together the things that have been mentioned in passing, and what could be or could not be of this 6, the coins, the 1, the wooden 1, the people around you. You got a pink dragonborn, a Bjorn. You've got a very different style of bard that you've seen come through. A lot of Etoria is known for its bardic adventurers, or just bards in general. The arenas are full of them. FaZe is a very, very different visitor to Etoria than you've ever seen. And Rhea, creatures that you've heard stories of or heard the mighty bards sing tales of, to just be pottering around enjoying a day. And then you look at the sand. Well, it's not a lot of sand, but there's more like a stony beach beneath you that kind of just goes out to the water edge, and you see sat in the shallows of the rocks 2 stone squirrels. and they are moving the stones aside. And they're making a bit of a like circular area that they could probably like nestle down in. The water is super shallow, like where these rocks are, maybe an inch or two deep. They're
Moving
right where
towards-
the water doesn't smash into the cliffs. There is, like I say, this stony beach before the water's lapping against where you are.
Yeah, I'm walking towards them. Not like I want to not.
So you're quite
frighten
high,
them.
so you'd have to like kind of find a way down.
Yeah, I'm going. But she's going to try and like be subtle, like she's trying to not scare them off as if they were, if they were reacting like real squirrels, which you imagine they would. So she's going to try and be quiet, but also climb down a cliff.
Real stones.
Yeah,
me-
that's what she's doing.
Give me an athletics check as you climb down.
Oh no.
Don't laugh.
26.
Cool, I'll use my reroll to make you roll it again.
Can't do
21.
that.
It's fine. I didn't think you'd fail. It was just a look on your face. Motherfucker.
Oh, plus 7 to
I
it.
know, I was like, DC's a 10 buff. Like, I was like,
26, 19, and then
Oh.
21, 14.
I feel like I could have used that in the darker moment, but I enjoyed that. Yeah, you easily climb down the rocks. No pressure, no stress. No one's shooting arrows at you or anything. But the squirrels are getting ready with harpoon guns. And you make your way onto this stony beach. There is a cup full of sand that between you and the 30 feet between you and these squirrels. And the rest of it is stones. The water is pretty cool. It's not freezing, but it's cool as it laps against your toes and such and your sandals. And the two squirrels are ahead of you. The camera keeps going out of focus.
Does it look like they've noticed me?
Give me a perception check.
6.
Nah,
No,
they've got
can't
no
tell.
idea you're there. You are invisible. You are one with the shadows.
The rock.
Yeah.
I will sort of crouch down and try and maybe like get their attention, see if I can get them to come towards me. Like if they look, like see if they're friendly.
How would you wish it? Through
Um,
animal handling skills, threatening them,
no, I'm
athletics
gonna-
checking them.
athletics check to grab one.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I will. I'm gonna animal handling to get one close to me,
Handle the animals.
handle the animals, and then I want to grab it.
Okay.
Between you getting dice out and Mel knowing in the chat, so it's
So-
10 on the animal handling.
Nice.
On
The
athletics too. Or-
we'll see, won't we?
Okay.
So these two rock squirrels are they're kind of making this strange nest-like area in the stones and water, and they look back at you. And being this close to them, you can see they are again the size of a normal squirrel that you've seen in the forests of Victoria and such, or seen pictures of or heard about in other countries and such. They just seem to be made of stone, but they don't move like a stone elemental, like slow and chunky. They're as agile, as nimble as you expect. You kind of start going with your 10, you know what I mean? Woo woo! Nutsy,
Squirrel.
nutsy! Got some nuts for you. Sugar dates, pistachios.
Dates of pistachios.
And these two squirrels. Fuck is she doing?
Oh the fuck. You're right, love.
They stop what they're doing and doing the whole thing. Fucking claws gone. Then they look at you. They look at each other. They look back at you. And then they look at each other. And one moves within about 15 feet of you. Just not like speedy. Just tip across the stones and water. And then just kind of sits on its back legs. Hands. You know what I mean?
Pause.
Do they have paws? Squirrels have paws?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Alright, cool. Google it, somebody.
I will move the same distance. I will sort of mirror what they've done. I'll move the same distance towards them as they move towards me.
So
And see if they allow me
now,
to.
You are now like within grabbing distance if you so wish.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're going to attempt to grapple the stony squirrel.
Yes.
Give me an athletics check. And I'll be rolling an acrobatics check.
20 unnatural. 13 plus 7.
I expected more from these squirrels. Oh, the one I dropped by accident was a fucking Jesus Christ. Google says flippers. They can't, like, squirrels can't
No.
flippers. That's
Who
not a thing.
googled that? Who googled that?
Dead spuddy. I can't accept that, dead spud. I can't accept that squirrels have got flippers.
They've got little hands.
Yeah, they've got to be hands. Are they hand like?
Little grabbers.
It's a bit much if humans have just gone, only we have hands. You know what I mean?
Paws.
Monkeys have hands. Are they paws?
Do I grab
Really
it?
have paws.
Whatever they have, do I have hold of it?
Squirrels don't look like they got paws. I'm not having
They
it.
have padded. They have padded feet, so that would be classed as paws.
Well, they've got feet then, haven't they, for hands?
They're padded. Anyway,
I want proof. Get me a squirrel expert, quick.
I can draw it for
I'll be
you.
one in a minute if I get hold of this.
Drawing it doesn't make you an expert, theory. I still need to know what you're gonna label them. Flippies, webbed paddies, flippies.
No,
With
they don't.
baddies.
They do not have flippers.
Right, so
They're not dolphins.
The squirrels have got nipples for hands. Right, let's just go with that. Right,
Do I have hold of one, whatever they've got?
you do. As you reach down for its nipple, as you reach down and grab this squirrel, it tries to move, not expecting you to. I mean, there was an element of trust. May have been betrayed. And you know, grab.
Am I getting like that from the second one? Like...
Second one's that. For some reason, the second one does this. And a shotgun manifests. Warlock, patron of the nut. So, you two nuts, because we're fucking nutters, alright? Anyway, the squirrel that you just grabbed,
Yeah.
it squirms a little bit, and it feels like you are holding stone. Like the squirrel feels like stone, but it's still soft and flexible and moves. It ain't going anywhere. You currently have it in a grapple.
I can just imagine Althea just holding this stone squirrel like.
This plan was...
Raya?
They have
Raya?
paws? Well, fuck, you're supposed to be my wife. You know what I mean? They've got paws.
I told him it's paws.
I'm not going to believe a
How-
druid.
How far down did I climb? How high up is...
About
where I
60
need to-
feet.
Um...
He was on a cliff. Not 3 stones, a cliff.
I would like to start shouting Raya quite loudly.
Give me a perception check, Ray.
Hold on. Not great, I'll tell you that now. Actually, it's not that bad. 13.
You do hear your name being called from somewhere distant, bouncing off some stones.
Do I have any idea where?
It's beneath you. As in below, not that Althea's
ground?
beneath you. It's not underground, it's coming from somewhere low. It's at the bottom of the
Okay.
cliff. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I will go and investigate the sound
Oh,
of
sorry,
my name
Eddie.
being called
Sorry,
from the
mate.
bottom of a cliff.
I promised you the world, mate. I gave you a cardboard box.
She's going to get there and it's going to seem like a dream as well, which is going to be incredible. Sure, there's squirrels.
There's
Sure.
nothing in her hand. Right, I go to the edge of the cliff.
You can see Raya at the bottom, holding something.
I can see myself at the bottom. Wow.
You
Althea
can
at the
see
bottom.
Re/Althea. Couldn't have named yourself Rita or something, you know what I mean?
No! Rita is not exactly a Greek name, is it?
You don't know. Google it. Squirrels
Stop
called Rita.
This squirrel, you're called
So
Rita now.
you could see, stop it, oh, for fuck's sake. You see Raya. No, you don't. Raya, you see Althea at the bottom of the cliff holding what looks to be a large stone. You are 90 feet away. 60 feet even. 90 feet? How big would the cliff? 60 feet.
60 feet.
60 feet. Althea, why are you holding a stone and shouting my name? I was asleep.
Can you just come and look? Like, just use your wings. Come and look at it.
Use your outdoor wings.
The rock with googly eyes.
Rhea just kind of sighs, rolls her eyes, and like glides
It's not even Google,
down.
it's a smiley face. As you glide
Glides
down,
down to Althea.
and you land next to Althea, you see that Althea is holding a squirrel that looks like it is made from rock. Squirrel's not
squirrel
struggling
that
anymore, but Althea, you can see Althea is gripping the squirrel, not holding it nicely like a pet. She's gripping it, and you see another one, maybe 15 feet just in away, and it is sat in a like stone nest in the water. Water's only a couple of inches deep, and it is staring at Althea. Now you've seen upset animals before. The non-gripped
Really?
squirrel looks pissed. The gripped squirrel, you can't really see its facial features because it's clutching for
Dead.
breath.
Althea,
Yes?
you are going to kill this stone squirrel. I would advise let go.
I don't want to kill it. I just
Let
need you...
go. Then let go.
But you've
Then
seen
let
it.
go. I have seen it, and there was
You've
another
seen
one
it.
over there that literally looks like it's about to claw off your face. Let go of the fucking squirrel.
Althea loosens her grip a little bit. You've
So
seen
what about
haven't you?
it? Yes.
Just it's real, isn't it?
Yes, you're literally holding it. How is it not real?
Give me another
Okay.
grapple check as it tries to get away. Because it's definitely been 6 seconds.
Let it go.
25.
Can you beat it too?
Let it go.
I just want to hold on to, I'm not gripping it hard anymore. I'm just gripping it enough and
You're
trying
grappling
to
it.
soothe
So it's Althea's choice. You either are grappling the creature because it's trying to get away,
Yeah.
or you're not and it's getting away.
Okay, I will.
Let go.
You can grapple
No.
it enough that you're not causing it to suffocate.
Yeah, I don't want it to.
But
I
you
don't
will
want to
have
hurt
to
it.
acknowledge the fact that you are deliberately keeping hold of this
Yeah,
creature.
yeah, that's fine. I'm deliberately keeping hold of it, but
Yeah,
I don't want
'cause
to cause it any harm.
There is definitely not the relationship between you and the squirrel of going, well, if I just loosen my grip, it'll chill out.
Calm down.
How's your finger? How's your finger, Ree? That's how that shit works, right?
I'll look at Rhea and say, "Can you talk to it?" Her eyes are a little bit wild. Like,
Well, I don't know. Can you talk to it?
no, but you did the thing with the dog, so can you do
I
this
am not
now?
turning into a stone fucking squirrel so we can communicate with the squirrel when then I can't communicate with you because I'm a stone squirrel.
The squirrel in your
Did
arms.
we learn nothing from dog? She is shouting at this point.
We'll look
Can
at the
we-
squirrel and say, "Can you understand me?"
Can we hear
You
this?
four, give me a perception check. It's on hearing. If
Oh, that was a waste.
Oh, that's 20.
Natural 20. That's a fucking waste.
9.
Fairs, 7, Velk. I mean, it's up to you, Velk, if you want it. It's 10 and above. I just did a 10
I got
and
8
above.
anyway.
All
I got
right.
8 anyway.
So only Beyond hears the shouting.
Oh, good.
Etheria, Fairs, and Velk are like, they might have heard a noise on the wind. They probably put it down to, you know, maybe.
Literally the last person we
Fools
want
in the
to be able to
night.
hear this.
So Beyond wakes up, and he wakes up with a little bit of a chuckle, and you just, you know, you three kind of hear Leaf, and then you go back to sleep. And that's what
I
you
laughed so
three
hard.
hear, and you're like,
The
it's
filter
definitely
left.
stay asleep time. So Beyond, you can hear the voice of Rhea calling you from afar.
Calming, dulcet tones.
Yeah. And you hear Althea also, calmly and dulcet.
Okay. I hear the shouting.
Do you
I'm
understand me?
60
Cold.
feet below you.
gonna call my axe to my hand and rush over.
And looking down, you see Rhea doing this with her arms. Althea is clutching a large stone.
A large stone.
Yep.
Okay.
Make like a rock and roll.
Right, you're banned from the internet. It's just that simple.
Maybe I'm leaving. Goodbye.
I love how she went, "Oh no," before when she thought of it. Oh no, it's coming.
Rhea, Althea, what is going on? What have you
Holds it
seen?
up. Squirrel.
It definitely looks like a stone from here.
squirrel?
Yes.
It is a rock.
It's fucking not.
Not a big rock. It is a rock. Hang on a moment. And I'm gonna go down and see.
Another person down the cliff.
Are you gonna
I
climb
hope we don't
down?
need to get back up in a hurry.
Yeah, I'm
Really
gonna
hope
climb down.
nothing happens
Give
to
me
the
an
others.
athletics check.
Okay.
Bjorn falls 60 feet next to us.
It's DC 10. If he falls, I'm not letting him use a reroll. What did you get?
5.
Oh my god. Are you using a reroll?
He said he can't.
I will. Well, he's about to fall 16 10.
I thought we only had one, and I thought it was you.
16 6 even.
Oh, AD asked me to use his to reroll my
No,
athletics.
we've only got one. I'm not going to use the reroll.
Let's make like Bjorn and roll.
You're,
I mean, that's pretty weak.
you're going to take 60.
6d6.
Oh, 66.
As Bjorn's like, oh, okay, I'll go investigate the rock.
Trips.
He trips. And as he reaches out to the cliff edge, there's no way I don't know. As he reaches out to the cliff edge, there's a moment, and again, leaf. Oh shit! And realises he's not hold of anything.
Just need to
And he
let you know,
falls
AD,
60
that
feet.
GS Connor in the
this
chat
is the
now.
moment that GS
Hello,
Con have joined.
GS Con. You don't want to be here for this. It's all,
No, but you really want to listen to the podcast.
honestly, GS Con, like, we'll do better. None of these lot won't be coming to the con. Don't worry about it. Oh.
Leaves and rocks. That's what you walked into.
Bjorn's about to fall 60 feet trying to get down to me, down a cliff, to see a squirrel made of stone that I've been hallucinating about for 2 days.
Beyond, to investigate what Althea and Rhea are doing with a rock, you take 19 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall 60 feet down a cliff with a climb DC of 10.
Ooh, please tell me that you took all of your hit points back on that short rest that we initially had.
I very much did. That's fine.
He's now back down to 6. It's a good job
I'm
you got your
just
combat.
just gonna lay there for a moment.
I have a leaf on the wind. Watch how I oh shit.
All right, Biggie. Right, the bandage.
Just goes back to sleep.
Yeah.
Sort of just like in your dreams where you feel like you're falling and you wake up.
So as Ray and Althea look up and you see Bjorn accelerate towards you, and then just poof, hit the stone, the water splashes everywhere. It's wonderfully dramatic. Bjorn, that hurt. But you can now see a squirrel in Althea's hand.
I was about to say this should be hopefully a very special rock. And apparently it is.
Bjorn, it's Squirrel Rock. That's it. There's nothing important about it. It's not that special.
Bjorn's arms
Have you ever
facing
seen
a
one
different-
before?
It's just like
It's
mangled on the
yeah.
floor.
His ankles up by his ears. I think I sprained something.
I do not want to whinge about the pain I am in.
You don't hear whinge a lot in
And
fantasy.
don't see that you don't. Alright?
But the squirrel looks to be in as much distress as I am.
It's
No.
fine.
Let it go!
19
Why?
points on this bad boy. It'd be more
Because you are
distressing.
hurting an innocent creature. Stop
I'm not
it.
hurting it.
Let it. Its mate looks pissed. And she just points over to the other stone squirrel that looks quite obviously very annoyed.
Did I get any kind of response when I looked at it and said, "Can you understand me?"
Give me an animal
No.
handling check with disadvantage.
Well, surely it would be
Just
with
trying to be a
advantage
friend.
because she's handling it.
Triple disadvantage.
Wow. You're just dad joking the life out of tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, I really am. I am on.
What
Oh
did you
no,
get?
12. Hang on. I don't know if I've got on mine. No, +0, so 12.
12. You did get a reaction from the creature you were strangling, you.
Did it turn blue and gasp?
That just started coughing up pebbles.
Oh, look, it's like you when you were coughing up those coins.
Yeah, I'll look at it and say, "I'm going to let you go now. I'm not sure why I keep seeing you or where you come from.
Let it go, Althea.
If I see you again,
They're not going anywhere. There's its nest.
Took it
Let go.
so personal. This is my personal side quest.
If I see you again, I would like to know where you come from, and then I'll just put it on the ground. Bye.
It doesn't
Roll
run
initiative.
off. It doesn't run off immediately. It just stares at you for a long time, maybe 5, 7, 10 seconds,
Rhea's just going to stand there and go, see?
and
Pissed.
walks slowly back to the stone nest with the other one, and then they both just stare at you. These stone squirrels.
Alfie has
you've
never
made a
been so
mortal
scared.
enemy.
Yeah.
You've seen that Rick and Morty episode, right? You've with the squirrels.
See
You've
you at
made
level 20,
mortal
bitch.
enemy.
I look at Ray and say, "Do you see now why I wanted you to talk to them?"
So now you've dealt with the baby Tarasques.
Made them angry. They were just going about their lives. They are in a goddamn nest, Althea. They just
I
wanted
have-
to sleep.
No one has ever heard of these things before. When I told the other guy about it, he thought I was insane.
Probably insane because they were jumping over a big, wild, crazy beast
No
thing
one
that
has
would
ever,
eat them.
no one has ever heard of these things. I asked the gnome riding the wyvern.
And Raya.
No, I think you're fine. I said, there's probably something like that. It wouldn't be that weird. Look at the group of people that you are travelling with.
I have a question.
Bjorn's still on floor.
Shut up, Bjorn!
How are we getting back up the cliff?
Althea starts climbing like this.
Freya just starts flying like this.
You know
Beyond
what?
stone floor.
I
And the
tried
two
to be.
cannibalistic
I
meat-eating.
tried to be nice, but as he watches them both like leave him, fuck you.
Beyond's breaking point.
Give me an
You're on-
Althea,
You're on
athletics
next
check.
watch, Bjorn.
Althea, athletics check.
17.
You
Oh,
are
damn it, I was
fine.
hoping you'd roll a 5.
And land on
I
Bjorn.
can't roll a 5. I have +7.
I'm gonna pick myself up.
Rhea is going to fly down.
Climb up the cliff.
No, Rhea's going to fly down and just go, thanks for trying. And then cast Cure Wounds.
I thought you were going to be like, fly him up. No, you can climb.
I am weak.
You are weak. So you get
It's like,
cure
you
wounds,
tried.
Bjorn.
Cure Wounds. At second level.
I'd like to point out that after that episode, we have gained 4 viewers.
It's,
One, you get 14 points back.
Thank you. I feel almost completely healthy.
I don't think you'll ever be truly completely
Oh,
healthy, Bjorn.
God.
Look at your track record.
You're probably right.
I know I am.
You sound
And
like
then flies off.
my mother has said this, and then I'm gonna try and climb up.
Give me an athletics check. The DC is 10, Bjorn. Right? 10.
If you fail, do it at the 2-foot mark.
Fail it now. Yeah, unless you fall upwards 60 feet.
Oh,
Right,
10.
somehow GS Con is still here.
It's it started raining, so the DC's 11. Just for
The tide comes in.
you, yeah. The two's fucking throwing stuff at you while you're trying to climb. You climb the cliff and reach the top.
As Bjorn comes over the top, kind of clawing himself up, I'll be sat down, ready to go to sleep, and say, "It's your watch." Then I'll lie down.
What just happened? So, as Althea has woken up Rhea and Bjorn halfway through her watch, and then just gone to sleep. Oh, they're awake now. They might as well carry on. Bjorn and Rhea, do you take the next watch?
Fuck no, I'll go bed.
Rhea goes back to sleep.
I will take the watch.
I mean, you were a little bit more tired than you expected to be being woke up for your watch. Most nights when you woke up, like back in the tundras and stuff, like you kind of you're aware of how long you've been asleep-ish, and you feel rested. Today's a little bit groggy. You know, maybe Althea's a shitbag. Let's go with that, right? You have the night. It is well past the middle of the night. You're into the late hours of the morning, or early, depending on how you look at it. And you're sat by yourself, top of the cliff. 2 ninja squirrels hiding in the shadows. Everyone else asleep. Are you drawing swans or doing anything that involves?
I am going to take axe in hand. I'm going to close my eyes and say a prayer to Costo.
And fall asleep.
To ask Costo for a sign that we are heading in the right direction and it is right that I am helping FaZe.
I thought you were going to ask for a sign as to whether you're with the right party or not.
Because they're mental.
I was terrified when you said you were going to grab your axe. I thought Alfie was about to get in.
Give me a religion check.
Nice. -1. 19.
I can't wait for combat. What do you get, Rich? 2, 3, 6. 14 D10. What did you roll? 14. It's been a while since you deeply prayed, without the hubbub of a town around you or anything, the noise of people rushing around. You can hear the water beneath just gently swishing, crashing, swishing, splashing, sploshing, splooshing, against these stones beneath. 2 squirrels somewhere just trying to sleep. Both of them nightmares for life. Your friends around you asleep, some snoring gently, others not making a sound. Take a breath and you pray. You reach out to Costa. The response to the prayer, which is normally just enough to be recognised as an acknowledgement, there's something else. There is a offering behind the acknowledgement that you feel from Costa in this prayer. And there is a weighting of this offering for your acceptance or denial. What do you do?
I accept.
You see the town known to you as Foxhaven. A small town. There are not many places in Viconia that eventually become towns, or there's one city in the entire continent. There are a few smaller towns, a couple on the coast, 1 or 2 in the thicker forests. Excuse me. But Foxhaven is one of them. Among the long log cabin buildings and such, you see the catfolk, the tabaxi, the leonel, these creatures that are feline and bipedal and tribal, but also living among the humans of Iconians. There's no, whatever you are, whoever you are, and whatever you choose to live your life like in Viconia is a thing. In Foxhaven, you see 2 female humans. Even though you cannot make out their features, there is a blur of snow comes across this vision every now and then. Just keeping those details, you are aware that it is your sister Tarun and her wife Valdis, and they are walking hand in hand around Foxhaven. There is an approach of a tribe from the south coming towards Foxhaven. This tribe is predominantly made up of the catfolk that live in the tundras. You see streaks of red in the coloration and the banner of the tribe that's heading south to Foxhaven. And you see a grey-furred, short, stout looking tabaxi next to 2 seconds. Where are you? Tuesday. Where are you? Fuck's sake. You see flames on a larger tabaxi, what you know to be a couture, large, broad, white fur, almost a somewhere between a leonal creature and a thinner creature of the tundras, maybe a leopard or such. But they have white fur, they are smiling, and they carry the banner of the Burning Whisper tribe. The tribe is all around them. You've never seen this catfolk before, this tabaxi creature. But you know it to be one called Bleeds in Snow. And through the eyes of Costo, or at least the gift that Costo is allowing you to see, you can see the cruelest of hearts within this tabaxi, as Bleeds in Snow strides towards Foxhaven, with their tribe behind them, the Burning Whisper. Torren and Valdis walk towards the edge of Foxhaven, and they are surrounded by leonal cubs, young tabaxi and catfolk of varying flavours of race. And they stare out from Foxhaven to the Burning Whisper tribe approaching. Bleeds in Snow stops, points towards Foxhaven. And even though the gesture looks like it's a beckoning, you feel the soundless demand behind the gesture. And the eyes of Costo fade. Your prayer answered. You wake. You look at Faze. And you both know. And you know that both staying is what Faze requires, and leaving is what Faze requires.
Okay.
And your axe unsummons itself. And you breathe deeply.
Okay.
And on that, we're going to have a break.
Okay.
Right. Folks in chat, we shall be back. There's 18 of you. There better be 18 of you when we come back. We're going to have a quick
19.
grabbing a brew, grabbing a bio break. Have a look at the wonderful video put together by GSCon, if they're still around, about the one-shot I'll be dungeon mastering at the GSCon at the beginning of August. If Baddie could stick the link up, that'd be great. Go check it out. It's going to be cool. You can get 10% off your tickets if you use Emrys10 as your code. Emrys is an amazing little streamer. We've got loads of time for her, and she's sponsoring the con. You can also see her on Tuesdays on our channel. But yeah, go check it out, follow the link, do the good stuff, and we shall be back in about 10-15 minutes tops. So if you do go away, please make sure you come back. Break time. put it on starting soon for no reason. Hello, people.
Sorry about that. We were gushing over about the fact that AD still can't get over that this is a filter.
It's not.
That was in Hannah's face.
It's freaking me out. You're nearly replacing Jessica Rabbit. What am I on about? You can't replace. Maybe the
No,
caramel.
you
bunny.
can't. Come on, please.
I'll give you the caramel bunny. You can swap with the caramel bunny.
Yeah, I'll
She's
do
my
that.
favourite.
What, the caramel bunny? All right, Jessica.
No. Yep.
I mean, anyway, so a rabbit walked on with a machine gun.
What was it with you and bunnies, AD? Jesus.
I spent a lot of time in
Easter.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Easter. It's always Easter around our house. Right, so just before the break, you were taking turns in taking watch during the night. You've interacted with the stone squirrels, nearly died falling off a cliff, polished your weapon, lubed up your sword, whatever you want to call it, prayed, had a think on some stuff, and we come back to Bjorn, who is a little ways into his watch, and if he really wanted to, could probably push it to the morning, but there's also the option of waking the others. So 3, 2, 1, all yours, Bjorn.
I will continue to think on what Costo showed me and wait until the rest of them wake, naturally.
Give me a perception check.
That is actually alright. It's an 18.
You see you see two small-ish creatures, silhouettes, near Althea. And they seem to be...
Murdered squirrel.
They have the shape of a squirrel. And they seem
Got
to be
knife out.
placing something around her. There are several trips. They kind of run away from her, then run back and put these things there. They're picking them up off the floor. Possibly stones.
Okay.
Or squirrel
Ritual killing
droppings.
circle.
Who knows?
Bullets. With my name carved into them.
If they're not like making a motion to hurt Althea, I'm just gonna keep watching them.
Cool. Maybe 10 minutes passes and you see them just skitter away from Althea.
Get up and go and have a look at what they've done.
Give me a perception check. Give me an investigation check.
15.
Cool. Ace of the bees, thanks for the raid. You notice that there are small stones just like under the neck area of her armour and just behind the knee plates and just on the van braces and stuff. Whether she's wearing any of it, they've put it there. If any of it's at the side of her, they've kind of put it between the leather and the metal. You can imagine it'd be quite uncomfortable for a short seconds before Althea realised that, Princess and the Pea sort of moment.
And go sit back down.
Cool.
Althea is very good at climbing cliffs. Ooh. Althea does not fall
just,
and take damage.
You see Velk just sort of twitch, and then the feather quill. Right. My party hatched a dragon today. Fucking well played. Well played, Ace and the Bees. The morning comes. Whee. As does dawn. Well played, love. Your watch is over. The night is over. You've all had a long rest, including yourself, Bjorn. And the town of Clay is a mere 2 or 3 miles away from yourselves. You can see little puffs of plumes of smoke just rising up from the town. The small businesses starting up for the day, probably bakeries and such. And it's slightly down from where you are, so you can imagine it's, hopefully a downhill walk, because the landscapey geographicalness is not in the way. Terrain. Whatever will be.
Go on, hey. Everyone.
Bjorn, you look tired.
Peaceful night.
What are we talking about?
It was very peaceful. For some.
I slept really well.
Still got like scratches.
Just an indentation of a rock in his face.
Bjorn, why do you look like you fell down a cliff?
Perhaps because I did.
Sleepwalking?
You really
No,
should
I
pick
was
your
very
nose.
much awake. Your friends Althea and Ria were having a big argument on the beach.
Oh no, is everything all right?
Althea sits up like, ow, what the... As she sits up, it like crunches at her hips where they put them under there, and she's like, ah! Just starts
wait.
shaking her arms and stuff.
Surprisingly, small stones fall out of you.
Yeah.
We are friends, you know.
Bjorn said that I was only your friend.
You're everyone's friend. They all love you.
No, you are my friend also, Ria.
Then why did you say it then?
I think you hurt Rhea's feelings, Bjorn.
I am very sorry.
Yeah,
I did
Bjorn.
not mean to hurt your feelings. I'm not very good. I have never really had friends.
Understandably so, if you talk to them like that.
You are actually helping me get a better understanding of why I never really was close with anyone where I grew up.
God, we're a pathetic group.
Speaking of friends, who put rocks in my fan braces?
The two new friends you made on the beach.
You made so many friends. People?
No,
Billy
squirrels.
babies?
Why are
No.
you making friends with squirrels on the beach in the middle of the night,
They
Althea?
were made of stone, and Bjorn and Rhea saw them.
What a
Make friends
comeback.
with it. You didn't make friends with it.
So
you
don't
tried to
laugh
kill
at
it.
me. I did not try and kill it. I was
You
trying
were
to hold on
squeezing
to
it so hard
I was
that
not
it
squeezing
felt like
it
it was
so
going to die.
It didn't feel like it was going to die. They brought me loads of stones.
It
to say
couldn't
thank you.
breathe.
It could breathe. It's still alive.
Just.
As I have already been in the middle of this argument, Faze, can I have a word, please?
No, no problem.
Althea and I continue to argue about the fact that she almost killed the snow squirrel.
I'm
Can
gonna
you even
wander a
kill
bit further
something made
away.
of stone? Can you?
Yes.
I'm not that strong to squeeze
And then we
it.
phase out into quietness.
Fade to black, and for all the different reasons.
Althea picks up a rock and starts squeezing it in Ray's face, like, see?
And you just hear it. As
Cracks
Althea,
open and a baby squirrel comes out of it.
Faze and Bjorn, as you walk away from the group, and you can just hear Ray and Althea like, you fucking squirrel. You are distance enough away that you believe you've got a bit of a private moment.
What the fuck?
It is not important. We will get over it.
It is.
Shut up, you.
What's up?
You are a cleric.
Yes, last time I checked.
You are aware that people of your order and others like you can commune with your deities, gods, celestials, whatever you wish to call them.
Yes, I mean, she doesn't tend to say much. She just tends to appear and be all portentous. But yes, it is a thing.
Last night I sought guidance from Costa.
Who's Costo? Sorry,
Costa is my patron. He gave me this axe and my goal in life to be his executioner, his judge.
what did he say?
It is not so much what he said, more what he showed me. My sister, Torun, and her wife, Valdis, they were always ones to travel. Never tied down to one place as long as they were together. They're very curious about Vaconia and all of the towns around it. Costa showed me a vision of Fox Haven, the town I believe they are currently visiting, or at least staying in. The vision, I believe, is happening now, or at least will happen soon. Foxhaven is about to be attacked by a large tribe of feline folk, Leonin and Tabaxi and other such creatures.
A practical note, how long would it take to get there?
Fucking months. Ask Eddie, I
Very
told him.
long, very long time.
From where you are right now, you're looking easy. 2,500 miles.
Took
So-
me a great deal of time and effort to get here.
I don't know that we can help. Yeah.
I believe I was shown this vision. Or at least Costo allowed me to, I suppose, sense what he was feeling, trying to convey. I cannot help if that vision is happening now, but the leader of that tribe that is attacking Foxhaven has earned my vengeance. And I believe Costo is asking me to give you a choice. I have promised myself to you, and I will not go back on that promise. I will help you if you wish to stay. But I also think it would be good for you if we left and you came with me. But the decision is up to you.
So close. No, at least we're close-ish. We're closer than we are to Viconia. We wouldn't be able to help. Would it make a difference if it was now or in the future when we can? I'm happy to help you, but we can't get there quick enough to make a difference in conflict that's going to happen. Wouldn't it make more sense to finish one task before moving to another? I don't want to be selfish.
You are not being selfish. You are being logical.
Usually.
You talk sense. And I am to exact Costa's vengeance wherever people have earned vengeance. There are those people here. Bleeds in Snow will still be in the north when I am ready to return.
About your family.
They have lived a good life. If it is the will of the Celestials that they continue to live a good life, then they will. Plus, you have not met my sister.
Hope it's okay. I really do.
She is a fine warrior. And her wife is even finer. They will be a force to be reckoned with, believe me.
Sorry that we can't leave immediately.
I only worry for the children that Torrin and Valdis are with. But you are right. We cannot get there now.
With children.
Pardon?
With children?
The children of Foxhaven?
No, of course. But we'd never get there in time to stop the initial combat anyway. Even if we tried, we'd never get there.
If vengeance is required, will you help?
Of course. Assuming I'm still alive.
Then on my honor, I have made my promise to you, and I will help you. My sister would think less of me if I did not.
Bjorn, I've been unfair to you. I can be a little bit spiky.
I had not noticed.
No, you probably haven't. And I'm going to pat him on the back and just wander back to the camp. Like, come on.
I mean, while this is all going on, Althea, Raya, are you still gobbing off?
And
at
you
each
can't
other?
even kill a rock. It doesn't.
Yes, you can. If it is a living creature, you can kill it. Just like
How
when
do
you
know
cut
if
down
it's
a
living
tree.
creature?
Yeah, but if you cut down a tree, it's a living thing, and after
But
you
a rock
cut it
isn't a
down,
living
it then
thing.
dies. No, but it's a creature. It's a squirrel. It's quite obviously living.
But it's a rock.
Is it moving? Did it emote feelings? Yes, it was a living thing.
I wasn't hurting it.
I had to ask you to release your grip, as to which then, when you did eventually put it down, it looked at you, annoyed.
I didn't mean to hurt it.
And its mate looked so angry.
I'm just remembering like GCSE biology, movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, excretion, and nutrition. If it does all of those things, it's
We never
technically
saw
alive.
it eat, okay? I didn't mean to hurt it. I was just so excited that I found it. I thought I was going insane. I thought I'd never see them again.
At this
I wanted
point,
to
I
show
feel like you are.
Althea just looks really sad. I didn't mean to hurt it.
Then relax yourself. God.
Oh, I've got visions of mice and men.
Etheria and Valk. I mean, anything you wish to contribute to the morning?
Just
Valk's
watching.
not stop smiling for 23 hours. And shaking his head.
Felk, have you ever seen a stone squirrel?
I'd say I have now.
That's it.
Cool. Onwards! Bjorn and Fairs return to the group. Unless you stop me, you pack up the camp and you begin your small trek. 2 or 3 miles along the coast, following the hills down to the town of Clay Eye.
As we walk to Clay Eye, I am gonna take Velk to one side. Not like to privacy, but just say, Velk, I do not know if you wish to record it, but Costa brought me a vision last night. And I will tell it to you if you are interested.
Huh?
And he just smiles. Okay.
I know Val was going to accept, but I really wanted Eddie to go, no, and walk off.
Don't give a shit, really.
Yeah.
And I will describe the vision to Velk exactly as it happened.
Do not say a word, but the book just scribble it.
Feather's going over leather.
What do you got written down? What do you got written down?
Give me a performance check, Velk.
Uh, 15.
The quill and the way it's writing does not match the pace that Bjorn is presenting his story. And you kind of do a double take to your quill. Like, what the fuck's going on here, quill? Don't let me down now. This is good shit. And you know it to be because of who you are, your skill set, etc. What Bjorn is saying hasn't happened, so therefore can't be recorded as happened. Does that make sense? So you're writing the adventure, but it's all in a strange tense. There's no definition of the tense of what he's telling you is thinking, and eventually your quill catches up and writes down what he said.
Like the thing, so the things that are happening now, when it's recording them, will be at a different pace to how it's recording
Yeah.
this, 'cause,
Yeah.
So it's recording that, like when it's talking about it being like a dream, I think.
Yeah, it's
When you say
disjointed.
that bit,
Yeah, the quill's disjointed, and
when
then
you say
eventually
that it's a
catches up.
dream,
Yeah,
it'll be fast, and then when you start describing it, it'll be like weird, and then
Yeah.
you come back to it.
but it's almost missing a beat and then correcting itself.
Yeah.
And you get to Clay Eye. as you approach Clay Eye, you can see that he's not very different to Buxy Bay, but it's got a quieter atmosphere about it. You can see they are preparing as you approach. It's very open. There's not many places in Atoria that are walled unless you're on the far west, where everything's a wall. But on this side, it is the touristy side of Atoria. But you, as you approach there, you can see that the buildings are better positioned, whereas Buxy Bay was very much get a space where you can and just grew around that. Claire's got a bit more structure to it. The terracotta roof tiles, the like off cream coloured stone walling and such. It's got a very picturesque Atorian vibe to it. The preparations that have been made throughout, you can see that they are laying out great long tables end to end. There are a lot of cooking businesses. There are folks that are preparing all sorts for this. Well, from the looks of it, what's going on these tables and such. These tables wind through the streets to the main area, like Market Square of Clay, and then they kind of do like a square spiral, if you know what I mean, instead of a smooth circular one. And then at the centre, there is a large round table and several large chairs that have been put there. One definitely looks hefty enough to carry someone of weight. At the more like the end of this squared spiral, it is morning time. The feast is that evening, but the preparations are now. It isn't as boisterous as Buxy Bay was, but you know they've got every fiddle and poet going currently in Buxy Bay. But the people around here are hard at work, getting on with preparing for this feast of stars. You can see that there are pieces of parchment kind of just nailed to wooden posts and such, just of the similar pamphlet style parchment that you got before, inviting folk to this free buffet of this feast of the stars. And the main commodity that you see alongside the bakeries and the cookhouses and such is marble work, and you can see a lot of the elves of Atoria here going about the marble work. Althea, you know these elves to be the Mamaro. They are quite heavy set elves. They've kind of got they're quite wide of shoulder and thickly compared to the stereotypical elves, they live in forests. These elves look like they could probably arm wrestle the dwarves, the giant blooded, yourself. You know what I mean? They are heavy set elven folk throughout Atoria, but most of them are known as the Mamaro, and they are elves that are marble crafters, marble smiths, and they can arcanely meld marble into beautiful and wonderful statues, architecture, protective items. Like that is their thing all across Atoria. Those with a bit of coin or a reputation to trade or items to trade, they acquire the skills of the Mamaro. The Mamaro also work their own marble mines, which is a lot of where their physicality comes from. They, even as children, they work these marble mines, and they grow up to become artisans, very much skilled in the craft of marble sculpting and such. It's a hell of a trade as well to go out. Outside of Atoria, marble's usually decorative and considered something expensive, whereas in Atoria a lot of it is used in their architecture and their decorations. But yes, so beyond the cookhouses and bakeries and the marble workers, there is a marble mine, maybe half a day away from Clay Eye, just kind of northwest-ish. But yeah, you approach Clay Eye. It is, there's some tunes playing, people are enjoying their work. It's good. What are you doing?
Did we find out that gluttonous is putting on this feast? Should we perhaps avoid the food?
I don't know if Tony could be providing all of the food. Are there any like stalls?
Yes,
Baddie, or
there's
is it
plenty
all?
There's plenty of there's more stalls than there is main buildings. There seems to be most folk probably live and work out of their home here, but there are some stalls that are either an extension of one's business or just travelling through sort of folk. The Feast of Stars and the Festival of Birth is kind of a core thing that happens a lot. So yeah, there are plenty of stalls about. Is there anything in particular you're looking for in these stalls?
No, it was mostly to check if there was food available that wasn't provided by Plutonius.
At this moment in time, yes. The tables are laid out, as in the tables themselves are laid out, but there isn't any food laid upon them just yet. There are just folk that are positioning things, and they kind of go around the streets, and you can walk either side of them, and they're kind of in the middle of the street. But yeah, there are plenty of stalls that are selling meats on sticks and bowls of dried fruits and stuff. There's plenty of foods.
Yeah, while I think
Feta.
about it, is it your birthday?
Yes.
Tis
I
now.
know it was supposed to be at some point soon, and we were supposed to catch up with Plutonius. I just thought we've already said it.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
I mean, I don't think it's actually my birthday. I think we just said that because we wanted an excuse to hire a performing act.
Yeah.
I love that you said I don't think it's actually my birthday. Sorry, Etheria.
You know when
I
your
don't
birthday
think
is?
I was born under this moon. Can't be sure. It's hard to keep track when you've got no one that, when you left home and no one else knows when your birthday is. But I don't think it's around now. I think it was a little bit hotter.
Do I have a birthday anymore? Do I have a death day? Do I use my death day as my birthday?
Maybe
You
you
could
have
have
two
a
birthdays.
rebirth day.
Rebirthday.
You could have two birthdays.
That sounds quite nice.
Can I just look at? Is there, like you said, there's like market stalls around?
Yeah, there's
Can I
plenty
just
of
sort of
stalls.
just approach the nearest one, and I'm not particularly looking for the wares. I want to just ask a question to the trader.
Yes, as you approach the middle-aged woman, her hair is probably blonde earlier on in life, but it's kind of got a hell of a lot more silver in it than blonde. She spent a lot of time at the stall from the looks of it, weathered face, but still got a brightness in the eyes. Morning.
Good morning. Me and my friends, and I'll gesture to the other 5. We're here for the festival of the feast, of the stars. We've never come before. I understand it entails a feast, as it would suggest. But are there any? Is there likelihood of any entertainment throughout the evening?
Just the usual. There'll be a few folk coming around singing songs and playing instruments. There's no displays or anything. It's more it's a feast. You walk, you eat. The tables, and obviously gestures to the obvious tables in all over the town. They'll be laid. We all contribute. It's all paid for by a patron every year. This year it's Glutonius, a lovely lady. She's putting up all the coin required. Which she's been dead generous to us all. But yes, it's more. Yes, dear, carry on.
Sorry, is she around during the day? When does she? Like I say, we've never been before. Is the patron normally at the feast from the beginning? Will they make a grand entrance? How does it work?
No. They well, it's up to them really. I think Lutonis is requested that they get to be there from the beginning, which there's no rules to it. We just normally host because we're the closest town to Buxy Bay, and they get a bit carried away. It's been a while since I got carried away, but yeah, like it should be here from the start. She arrived a day or two ago, I think. I can't remember when. I just remember seeing her yesterday. She could have been here the day before. Are you hungry? Do you want anything now, or? And you see on like her stall, there's like cucumbers and meats and.
Yes, I think we are. Yeah, we've travelled, like I say, from Buxy Bay. We'll take a selection for me and my friends, enough for 6 people.
She just starts getting out like pita breads, and she's filling it with meat, which is probably pork or maybe goat, but she's throwing it in there with some tomatoes and cucumbers and such, and she's wrapping it up in the pittas, and she passes them out.
Pass them back, yeah.
To you 5. The food's free while you're here. Until after the feast. Yeah, like I say, Glutonis is just essentially open feasting, and while it's going on.
Glutonis,
as much as
or are these your wares?
These are mine. It's just already purchased.
Just already paid for. Okay.
They look fabulous.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Is Glutonius, you said that they arrived recently. Do they not live here?
No, not that I'm aware of. I've not seen them before. Like I said, we get patrons from all over Rotoria coming in for the feast, and sometimes it's a bit of a political thing or just a popularity thing, just to see who can. But Glutonius has definitely outdone the previous patrons. None of them ever pay for the day's build up or afterwards. Glutonius is, well, we could feed people for free for a few days. The amount of coin they've put up. It's
excellent. I'm sure there are people in this town, like there would be anywhere, that that is a blessing to. That's
where would be the place to stay around here? Is there anywhere to stay? An inn or?
Well, we do have a few of the inns and stuff. A lot of people usually pass through here or just sailing by or whatever. But the main inn down there, we've got the 2 marbles, and she kind of laughs. They're 2 inns, both called Marble, and they call themselves the 2 Marbles. They think it's very smart, but it's just 2 inns.
That's brilliant. Thank you, and thank you for the food. It looks delicious.
Anytime.
And I'll turn back.
I'm going to just lead the group away into a quiet corner, or as quiet as I can find, and sort of lean towards them as though we're eating, which I am, and just say, is there any particular reason we need to wait for Plutonius to appear, or would it make more sense to find Plutonius and beat her until she tells us what we want to know? Is that the plan? It's a good plan.
I think that, doing well. If all tonight is going to, that was why I asked about performers, because if Glutonius's performers were here and they were going to make themselves known and do a big show tonight, then that would be, a good way to see them all together in one place, but also.
I was going to say a bloodbath, but okay.
Well, exactly that. But if it's just Glutonius and there's likely to be no performances, then why wait?
What we could do with this sketch to do the knifey thing and find stuff out again.
Sketch is dead.
Dead right now.
They get 2 episodes dead.
Who's the most friendly person in the group and the least standout weirdo? Probably Bjorn, actually. Bjorn or Althea. You should go and find where Glutonius is staying.
Fairs
or
might
at least ask around.
Want to wires checking.
I mean, we could go together and ask questions. I think we are certainly the 2 that don't stand out the most. But as for being friendly, or
Very friendly.
You're very friendly, as long as they're not rocks.
Yeah, I wasn't hurting it. I was just holding it.
I've heard people say that before,
Couldn't
as they were taken
breathe.
away.
Rocks, don't breathe.
Okay, this really isn't the priority just at this second. I would really like to find Plutonius
Welcome to
and
my
have a
world.
chat.
We'll make
A
our
real
way round the inns and find the one that Plutonius is staying at, whilst making cautious inquiries about which inn they're staying at.
If she's the patron, should be relatively easy.
Yeah, it's just a case of not alerting her that we're looking for her, I guess. But we should probably start in the best one. Where would be the? Should we ask where the best inn is? Because I imagine that's where she'd be staying.
But
Probably
they said
one
the
with
two
most
marbles.
floors.
They're the nearest ones. Are they definitely the best ones?
She said
thought
we.
she said-
She said we have 2 inns,
Oh, okay. They only
Yeah.
have the 2.
and they're called the Marbles.
Why doesn't one of you go into each? Because you are the most subtle of the group, not in general. Although Valk's actually pretty subtle, but also only talks in weird
you
cryptic
lot.
rhymes during the day. So,
That felt talks to me.
sure, but not during the
You're
day.
asleep.
We'll head down if that's alright with you, Bjorn. What are you guys gonna do?
Try not to stand out.
I was going to stand here and eat this pita bread, to be honest.
That's probably the most subtle thing we can do.
Right? Might find a glass of wine. Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we go sit in the common room?
Of what?
Leave one of the inns.
We'll take the left marble. Marble?
Marble.
Marble. We'll take the left marble and we'll
Yeah.
sit in the bar.
We'll go in before you, sit, have a drink and stuff, and then you two do your thing.
So,
Good luck.
who's going where? As you approach the 2 inns, there is a small building that separates these very obvious tavern/inns buildings. The small building that separates them is probably used for either stores or extra space if someone wishes to sleep in the stores. But it's a small, or as far as a warehouse can be small, but it's a small building that separates them that will probably be used for stores. Both inns are almost identical in their design. They're 2 floors, terracotta tiles. The stonework is in far better condition than a lot of the other buildings around here. Like, they're newer, but still got that off beigey, creamy colour to them. And each above the doorway has a sphere of marble. No words to say these are the 2 marbles or anything, but each one above the door has a marble sphere. I'm a money penny. And there are people drinking and merrymaking just outside on some of the tables, standing around, and obviously inside. Who goes where?
Perhaps we should ask about where Plutonius is first.
Are we not? Is that not what we're doing? Going into the inns, or do we want to ask the person on the stand if they know?
It is up to you. If we are splitting up, we need as much information as we can. Do we not?
I'm just going to go back to the person on the stand and say, I would really like to thank this Plutonius. They seem to have, put a lot of money towards this, and I'm very grateful that we are here to appreciate it. Do you know where I could find them before the feast? You said they're in town.
Probably the large villa, and just like gestures, maybe 100, 150 feet away from you. Other side of the market and slightly up a hill. It's more a guest house for the patron but Glutonius outright bought it. So again, we are very happy to have Glutonius here for as long as they want. She's very wealthy.
I can imagine. Yes. Thank you again for your help. We'll make sure to give her our thanks.
Anytime. More food. It's free.
I think we're full for now, but probably definitely later. We'll be here for the feast.
Looks at you. Looks at the portion they gave you. Like, I understand.
I'm gonna go back to the guys and say,
Everyone's
scratch,
downhearted.
scratch the marbles. We're going that way.
Scratch the marbles.
Going to look as confused as Rhea normally does and go, why would we scratch the marbles?
They're not staying in the taverns. They bought a villa. They live on their own in a big house that away.
They live on their own. In a big
Bjorn,
house.
Bjorn has got a Velk smile on his face that he had a good idea.
For the record, I suspect Plutonius isn't alone and will
Yes.
have guards.
Probably, yes. I mean, they're not staying in the inn. They are renting. They bought this place.
Althea, tracking strikes again.
Him.
Straight it.
This way, take a run up at that villa.
Plutonius is in there.
Investigation done. We've got this. Bring out the map.
Get your swords out.
Is the path up to the villa completely open, or are there trees? You know, is it?
Wind up into a mountain that's black clouds and lightning.
Yeah. Witches are flying past. Oh, we're on the witches.
I just mean, is there like a really long open driveway where it'd be super visible to see us walking down it?
No. It is pretty. It is part of the town itself. Once you get there, the villa has grounds. So the villa itself is behind a raised wall and such, but it looks quite grand for the town itself. But again, if Althea shares this information, it is a guest house usually for the patrons. So it's just a nice villa. So it has a large garden and a wall that where most places are walled off. It's just to give it that grand effect. But the pathway leading up to it is, you know, there are other buildings, homes, people's shops, a few trees and such. It's not rammed, but, you know, you could possibly pick a path through there quietly. But when you got to the villa itself, you'd have to go through a gate or hop a wall or fly overhead. Or
Do the festivities as such, like the stuff set out, do they reach up to the gate? So is
the
it like
tables
that
do
the
not.
way to go?
They're about 50 feet down because it gets a bit sloped towards the villa. But the tables go quite far up through. They've tried to keep them as central as they can, following all the little streets in and out of the towns, like from the market square outwards. If you were bird's eye viewing it, looks very spiderwebby. Not that that's ominous. It's just descriptive for fuck's sake. Looks like a squirrel on its side. Right.
Can I suggest that we go as close to it as hidden as possible and go over the wall at the back,
Yeah.
rather than going through the front gate? You know, I'm working on this subtle thing, Vel. So I'd give it a go.
Hopping
Althea,
the
smash!
but hopping the back gate gives an element of criminality, does it not? I know we're not here to but if we knocked on the door, it at least
Then
doesn't.
stabbed them.
Well, do you know what I mean? If someone sees us jumping a wall, immediately we're doing something dodgy. Whereas if we're approaching a villa from the front, we're just visiting Plutonius.
I think Plutonius already thinks that we're pretty sus. We were in our less subtle phase at that time. Phase. And
Fox.
It wasn't me this time.
It was the fact that Faze made the joke.
yeah,
Not Amelia. Faze made the joke.
my name's hilarious. Faye's has a sense of humour. She just hides it.
I walk over to Bjorn.
Oh shit,
and
Velk's
kind
here.
of like nudge him a little bit. I'll be like,
We're all
Bjorn
watching.
Bjorn thinks maybe we should think about the plan once we get inside.
Belk, you think we just... sorry, Pure. You think we just go in through the gate and then think about the plan?
Bjorn thinks if we don't know what we're doing inside, this is all futile.
Sure, but if we go in over the back fence, then at least we're
Is
not
Faye's having a
obvious.
conversation with Bjorn's subconscious?
Jiminy Cricket.
I think if we go through the gate, then Plutonius is going to know we're there. At least we could get a view of the grounds without being seen, and then we can make a decision from there with our anonymity.
Don't involve me in this.
Anonymity.
Anonymity. Thank you. God, that was
Very
weird.
BMBM.
Intact.
Can we see much of the villa?
It's well, you can see that it is a large Atorian villa. There's no, there's no stand out about it from. It's just a nice house.
Like size-wise, are we thinking like big building or like 4 bedrooms, 3-bedroom house?
They probably have four large rooms, which is fucking decent size for a villa in of this town.
Ensuite bathrooms?
We're not thinking. We're not thinking castle. Am I?
No, it's not. No, it's not a castle. It's just it is a decent-sized manor house.
Yeah.
But the
So
terminology
thinking
we
just
use in Atoria is villa.
Yeah. So thinking nice-sized detached house.
Yeah. The terracing's down the way. I know I said the elves were miners, Tony, but we're not in York.
Theoria remarks, the current plan just leads us to be 5 people stood in the garden.
Oh, but your plan, Etheria, Bjorn, your plan, Bjorn, involves us walking through the gate and being 5 people stood in front of a villa where we're super visible while we decide what our next move is.
Your remarks, I never said that.
Chat remarks.
Carry on.
Are we going in by force, and are we going to discuss? Are we raiding the place when we get in there, going and destroying them, or are we going to scout and chat if we need to?
We need to talk to Glutonius. We need to talk to Glutonius when she's on her own and find out where the people are that caused Faze all the trouble that they did.
When we get to... Bjorn?
No, carry on, Face.
I was just going to say I'm going to put Glutonius in a zone of truth if we can keep her still long enough. It won't necessarily get us answers, but it will let us know if she's lying, because she won't be able to say it.
We're walking towards the villa at this point.
It's up to
Dig
you.
in that direction.
You tell me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 150 feet, 200 feet away. Like it's, you're in the market, or you were in the market square, just outside the 2 marbles. Althea's talked to the pitter lady, and you can see the villa up the top. It's not like on top of the hill, but it's up slightly out of, from where you are. It's 200 feet away.
I understand what Velk's saying, in that however we get in the house, we still need to be in the house. Like, the amount of people that are going to be in the house, we're going to have to deal with if we want to talk to Glutonius. If there are 7... Huh?
That was me who was saying it.
Oh, was it? Sorry.
Sorry.
I'll
be having that credit.
So how about if Bjorn is able? Bjorn makes Rhea invisible again, and if Rhea is willing, go and having a quick
Good luck, Bjorn.
peek.
Bjorn didn't make
quick-
Rhea invisible, I don't think.
Whoever did that last time, I thought it was Bjorn. Was
I think
it
Rhea
It
made
was
Rhea
Velk.
invisible.
Rhea?
Oh, was
It was
Velk?
Velk.
No, it was Velk.
I think we
Um,
should just knock on the door.
If Rhea goes and has a quick peek in the windows, then we might know a little better at least what we're dealing with in there.
Honestly, I'm kind of with Bjorn at this point. We've been talking about it for so long that I now don't even know who I'm talking to. Let's go knock on the door. The worst that happens is she says no, we climb over her back wall and break in through a window.
She's a dwarf.
Sure.
We could step over her,
She's not that short, Bjorn.
It's not the wall.
but we're also
Rhea's
not that
gonna really
ineffective.
Rhea's going to really quickly pull out this notebook that she had from a while ago. Find a diagram. Okay. Bjorn.
That's the dwarf.
So, if you step over
A 4 foot
that dwarf, that gives her access to an area on you that is very tender.
I say step over her. It is more of a metaphor.
Okay.
We'll just
Roll.
go,
Please
through
don't
her.
ask what a metaphor is, Rhea.
Metaphor's a
Okay.
gladiator you once
Metaphor.
fought, Alfie. I am
We'll just-
metaphor!
We'll just go through her.
You're gonna go. I'm guessing that's also
A metaphor.
metaphor. I'm gonna assume I know what that is.
Rick's just
Okay.
flicking
And
through
she
this
just,
notebook now, like, I don't have a diagram for that.
and she's
if I
just
turn it upside
gonna.
down.
If she refuses us entry into her house,
Mhm.
we will force entry into the house.
Which is less criminal than hopping a wall. Says
Everyone
a
disagrees.
squirrel as it runs past on the wall.
Less criminal than the wall.
So either way we go about this, probably going to be a fight.
Yes, more than likely, if there is more than Glutonius in that house. Because if we want to talk to just Glutonius, and Glutonius has paid people to protect her, we're going to have to get rid of them. Like, it's, that's just how it's going to go.
If the particular people that we are looking for are in that house, there is definitely going to be a fight, and they will not leave it alive.
Oh, if they're all in there, it'd be brilliant.
And we might not either.
But we will die trying.
I mean,
Or we
12
just don't
sessions in,
die. And we make it out alive by not doing illegal things.
What's in this notebook?
Our whole journey up until this point has led to this moment. We're here helping FaZe with something tragic that happened to her that these people did. What they did was illegal. We are enacting vengeance, as Bjorn would put it, and
Well,
these people killed children, which here is very, very, very wrong. Rare.
I'm happy to do whatever FaZe wants to do.
Bjorn makes a comment. Would it not be more sensible to ask around to see how long Glutonius will be in town for, then scout out the festival to see what Glutonius's guards are like, and then make a move when Glutonius, like tomorrow for example, when Glutonius thinks that they have successfully succeeded with the festival.
Sorry to say, Bjorn, but I
Successfully
don't think
succeeded.
you're-
Absolutely sounds like something Bjorn would say.
I'm sorry to say, Bjorn,
Word for word.
but you're not much of a planner.
I have been told this previously.
However, Jiminy.
Now, if FaZe had said something like that, I'd maybe feel a little bit safer.
About who says
But they didn't.
Well, pipes up. FaZe says.
Why don't we go and see if we can get a couple of rooms in one of the marbles and stop planning here, still holding half a pita bread at this point. I wonder if she's got any more pita breads.
Her
She
entire
definitely has more
stall
pita
is the
breads.
bit of breads and meat, tomatoes and cucumbers.
Yeah, we're not really getting anywhere here. We're going around in circles, and we're becoming more conspicuous the longer we stand here, going around in circles. Figurative circles, Rhea. Figurative circles.
She jots down in a notebook.
To be fair, with the whole going to the marbles and then back to the stall and now here and back to the marbles, effectively actually going around in a circle. So yes, Rhea, we are going around in circles.
But we've been standing still.
Only for this moment. It is
I think I want to go home. I think I've.
So do I.
I think I've.
Let's get Remy, and me and you are just heads off.
I think I've done my. I'm going to go back to being a gladiator. That was good. That's.
That was one
Don't
big
believe
circle.
you.
Like, that was.
That was. It is.
You
Okay.
stood outside. You could have walked in, and you walked away.
Let's
to
just
the marbles.
pick a marble, and I'll be there in 2 seconds. And I'm going to skitter back to the lady with the pita breads and be like, could I have another one, please? I really liked it.
Just the one.
I'll take 2. Oh, 4.
It's free for a fiver. I'll take 12.
Hang about.
I could go for another one.
Okay, another. You know what? At this point,
It's
Just
3. You can take as many as you want.
Just walk
Just
off
gonna
with
take
cat.
an armful.
Alfie is just staring at them like we finally got to the end of like the rainbow and we're eating pita breads. She's in there. Like she's the person that does all that. She's in there. Like,
I can
yes.
see it
Journey
in
of
the
Rainbow.
window. She's got a rainbow bathrobe on. That's what she meant. So you get. She gives you about 10 pita breads
Right.
with the meat, tomatoes, and cucumbers in. Yeah. Feel free. Come back as often as you want. Any of the stalls, the marble, any food and drink, it's all free. At least for the next few days, anyway.
Looking around at the people in the street, AD,
Yep.
do I clock anyone who might look like Gunnar or Kotova?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, I'm gonna die in this fight. Natural 20.
For a total of?
I think. Hang on. 20. I'm dying in this fight. If we have a fight.
Looking around the place, there are a few folk that would, match a description of those that walk the tundras and such. The heavy set, the beards, the braids. Braids is a common thing from anyone from the north, really. It's their thing. No other race on the planet braids their hair but the northerners. But there's not anyone that is immediately picking up on the description that you were given of Gunnar. There are a couple of orcs there, one in more armour than they probably should be. It's a bit warm, but you've seen the Savai orcs. They're it's just as uncomfortable to wear every millimetre of plate armour in icy cold as it is burning hot. So they definitely fit the grey orc descriptor of Savai. One is just in the fashion of Atoria, the loose tunics, but they do have the grey skin of the Savai orcs, and the other one is in armour with the grey skin again of the Savai orcs. So they're definitely of Savai. They're both male though, they don't fit the description of Kotova. Looking around the place, there's no one fitting the descriptions you really looked out for, but on your 20, you do see an elf, a heavy set elf. Their hair is shaved down the sides and then loose on top, just kind of hanging either side like a wilting pineapple sort of style. It just sort of hangs down over their head. They have a thick neck and shoulders, a bit of a smaller core. They've got because they're long rather than tall, so they're kind of heavy up top, and then they've got a longer, thinner torso. They kind of got a strange sort of ape-like walk towards them. Someone is very clearly used to picking up heavier loads with just like their arms and shoulders like being crunched down and such. Missed every day at leg day. but they're staring back, and he doesn't look desperately evil. Here, look at the Viconian. They're just eyeballing you as much as you're eyeballing the crowd. And they are maybe 10 feet outside the left marble.
I will be right back. And I'm gonna walk straight towards them.
Alright. They lean against the column, the marble column that is there's a bit of an annex coming away from the left marble. Heavy raid! Thank you for the raid! Sorry, my apologies, that was monologuing. Molten magic, thank you very much. The annex is kind of coming out, supported by these marble pillars. There's quite a lot of craftsmanship gone into this, or craftsfolkship gone into this. These two inns, the two marbles, and you see this heavy set elf just lean against the column, holding their wooden tankard in their hand. Just nods at you.
Hello, my friend. I am new to town.
Friends, are we?
No, but I have heard it is a great thing. We could
Probably is, but why would you say hello, my friend, if I'm not your friend?
Because we could be. I am a very friendly guy.
Well, one, that's a bit strong. It's like the sun's been up not long, and you're already, just back off a little bit. Two, approach and say, "How do? Do you want to be my friend?" Don't just come up and assume. No, you don't need to apologise.
Would you like me to go back and start again?
Yeah, I would.
Alright, I'm gonna take 2 steps off, turn, come back. Hello, my name is Bjorn. I am new in town. Would you like to be my friend?
I'll do, friend. And he just raises his pint pot to you. You gotta lighten up. It's early morning. Why are you? What's going on here? And he kind of gestures behind it to your friends.
We are new in town. We have come for the meal, the feast, the celebration.
Ah, freeloaders.
We are just
nice.
we
I like it.
No, we are new to, well, some of us, and I pointed out here, are not, but the rest of us have not been to Etoria before.
He stares past you at Althea. Not seen her for a while.
You have seen her before?
The one that over there, yeah. Did you just call her Althea?
Yes.
Did you call her Althea, or did you just say I point at Althea?
I pointed Althea.
Oh, okay. Some sort of princess of the sands or something the herald was shouting. I've seen her fight a couple of times. A couple of years back, right? She's a bit younger then.
Did not know she was a
Less,
princess.
you know, going
I
on.
should.
I don't think she is a princess.
I was going to say I probably should be a bit more polite.
She might be, I don't know.
What is your name, my friend?
Walker.
Sounds more like a hobby than a name, but I like
I don't
it.
mind a walk, but
And I kind of look at his legs as opposed to the rest of his muscular body, and like, okay.
I mean, I didn't mock you for being called Born, did I? I was born. Loads of people are born.
My name is not Born. It is Bjorn.
That's what I said.
Are you local?
Yeah.
So
Are you?
you know. No.
I know. You are
just-
easy, my friend. Real easy. Do you want a drink? It's free.
Yes.
Yeah. And he just reaches around. There's a table behind him, and there's just tankards full of frothy, whatever it is. Yeah, drink this.
Come, friends. Drink.
Oh, friends. Friends! And he shouts across to wherever Beyond's waving his arm.
A ferry's got 2 pitters in that.
Take his
Everyone's-
tankard.
It's
Everyone's
I'm
face
sitting there
when,
like,
when you offer Bjorn a drink, everyone's there.
Fuck it.
yeah, I'll wander over, still eating 2 pita breads.
I will
Yeah.
drink it as long as it is not roulette.
I go over cautiously, having seen them point at me.
Who plays roulette?
No one.
Just shaking their head. If these are your friends and just like at the different heights you all are, they're probably a tiny bit taller than Althea, but it's not like looming over or anything. And obviously the length of their torso gives them a taller look and a heavier hunch. And it just passes out these tankards of this frothy liquid. Leans down to Velk. Yeah. You like Gizmo?
They come in pints?
Well, don't we all? What?
It looks like there is going to be a fine meal, feast.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the Feast of Stars. You're not local at all, are you? Yeah, there'll be plenty of food going on. People will eat themselves sick. They'll drink themselves sick. It'll be for days.
We have
Brilliant.
heard tell that the patron is quite rich, and
Oh,
it is
Gluttonius.
said to be a larger feast than normal.
Came in here, paid every cook and baker out of all their stocks. The inns, 2 marbles, they're both sort of just gestures behind them, like the buildings are small and you can't see them. Drink, food, all you can eat, drink, just go wild. I've not worked in 2 days.
If you eat as much as you physically can to then throw up, isn't that just a waste?
Nah,
Yes.
not when it's free. Just keeps
And he just
drinking.
looks defeated, like, do you know what? There's no point.
Goes in the notepad.
That is not that correct, Rhea. It is a waste. There is enough food here to feed a lot of the tribes of Laconia.
Well,
It's
only
a little-
because we have to keep cooking it. Well, they do, I don't. And just gestures towards the market area.
Why are they cooking it if it's not being eaten? Like, would
Well,
they
a
not
lot
stop
of them
and wait?
they're just prepping it to go on the tables, and as you can see, and there's a lot of folks still, doing their daily
Yeah.
stuff and buying foods and such.
So they're not like cooking
It's
against
not
their
just
will.
a cookathon. No.
Okay.
But there is preparation of fresh food, and you can see folks almost like delivering it. And there are, what you will have noticed when you came up from the south, coming from directly north along the coast and southeast, so it'd have been from the northwest. There are there are trade caravans of sorts that are coming into the north side of the town of supplies. But it's like fresh foods and such. And even though it's not a port town, there is a small dock with a couple of ships in there. Smaller ships, but ships that will easily carry stuff from other towns and such. No, there's going to be plenty.
We heard of this Glutonius in Buxy Bay, where we were just a couple of days ago, which is why
It's good, isn't it?
I mentioned roulette. It was.
Don't play roulette.
I will not play it again.
So you just played it the once, and that's all right.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Played it twice. 4, 3.
Three
Was it
times. I played it 3 times.
Are you?
Which one?
Have you got a cleric as a friend? You lunatic.
Yes, actually.
All right. Did you have
As
to
it-
bring him back from the dead?
As
I
it
have, sir.
happened, they were not much help. They were.
Begging a
Oh.
blacksmith.
I mean,
You seeing a man about a dog?
both great reasons not to help your friend dying.
I didn't know about it, unfortunately.
I was not too badly harmed. I was just sent to a very dark, nightmarish place that I do not like to think about.
My birthplace. You were this close to dying.
We got him back. It was fine.
But did you get the real one back?
Yes,
Yes.
we're pretty sure.
Okay.
Bjorn looks down at himself.
You're not sure, Bjorn.
I'm sorry, who are you? And not to be rude, I just...
This is Walker. He's
I'm
my
Walker.
new friend.
Just raises their,
What do you do, Walker?
I'm a miner and a marble smith, but more mining. Leave my brothers to the smith and they're better at it. I can
You
carry
what?
this, and just like gestures at the column.
Have we met?
I don't believe so. I mean, you're very unique. I mean, you're very striking, but I'd remember you.
I take that as a compliment, I think. Sorry, Bjorn, who's Walker? How
Me?
do you know?
I'm Walker.
Yes, I see that. I do.
I have made the friend.
I mean, he made an assumption, but yeah, we're all right. We're pals. We've shared a beer.
I was going to ask, because obviously we heard of Glutonius in Buxy Bay. We heard that they travel with sometimes an entourage. Obviously, it would have been a lot of coin for a dwarf to carry on their own. To pay for all of this.
You ever heard of magic, Bon?
I have.
Cool.
And I
Carry on.
cause the axe to appear in my hand.
Oh. He summons a pickaxe to his hand.
Really?
Yeah. The pickaxe is disgustingly beautifully made. Like, it ain't just like wood with a lump of iron on end. It's got a ridiculous curve to it. Like, you're pretty sure if you hit someone with it, it'd be just as devastating as Aetheria's curved blade.
Atheria walks puts the drink down, and walks into the inn in a huff, being a bit jealous of the summoning blades.
One day. Yeah, but they can't summon a
Not that
shadow.
special.
I mean, I think we both just got done there, my friend.
A little bit, perhaps.
Because if you ain't special for doing it, I ain't special for doing it.
I
But
have
can they
seen-
do it?
I have seen her do a lot more special things than
Who are you
summon
pointing
an
at?
axe. Sorry,
You
Ray.
literally pointed off screen
Ray.
in the opposite
pointing-
direction
yeah.
to everybody else.
Pointing at Ray, I apologize.
Well, yeah.
But so when Glutonius arrived, they were alone. They did not bring any entertainment with them.
I didn't really see him arrive, but I've not seen him walking around with a massive entourage. I mean, the town's pretty happy that they're here, and she's definitely splashed the coin around. But there's folks being backwards and forwards from the villa, so some of them are musical types, offering to play a song or two for the feast. A few more, well, there's quite a lot of the cooks and the bakers go up there and spend a couple of hours cooking for Glutonia. She likes private meals. Rumour has it, could put it away.
One final question from me.
I don't believe you, but go on.
Which of these marbles is the best one to stay at?
The round one. We could be friends, me and you, Bon.
We could be.
It's unlikely, but we could be. No a beer?
Get
You want another beer?
Yes.
Gives you another beer.
Get us some rooms. You guys seem happy.
No, I will come and get rooms as well.
Bye, friend.
See you later, buddy.
Buddy. Just kind of looks off.
Bye, amigo. And I'm going to walk away without smiling once.
Amigo. That's a weird way. Amigo. A weird language.
Althea's gonna stay while they go and get rooms and just survey the bar, like just people watch, see if there's any people that she recognises that have come from Buxy Bay or Etoria, like in the.
So you give me a perception check. Etheria, you walked in first. Did you walk into the left or the right?
I'd have looked to where the bar is, or counter or whatever.
So the one where you were talking to Walker is the left marble.
Mm-hmm.
They both got bars. Like you were outside.
Oh yeah.
So you'd have had to have walked into one of them.
Oh, you're asking which inn I went into?
Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
Whichever one who stood outside.
Right, so
just
the left one.
past him into it. Yeah.
You walk in and stood on a stage off to the left, single-handedly placing a chandelier on a hook above their head is a Goliath, a giant-blooded creature. They are deeply blue-skinned, like that of the sea. Their hair has a white sea foam colouring to it, and it kind of spirals down behind them and is tied to keep out of the way. They fit a lot of the features of the giant-blooded. They are big, strong-looking, at least. Wearing the attire of the fashion of Etoria, similar tunics and such that you've seen Althea in, and she is just holding this chandelier above her head. You notice that they are barefooted, and between their fingers and their toes there is a webbing, and you can see large gills on their neck. And then they've got a little bit of decorations / jewellery on them that is seashells and such. And they are just this. The rest of the bar is full of folks drinking. There are humans. There are Goliath, giant-blooded. There are more of these minor elves. There are loads and loads of folk in there. Some dwarves, some halflings, some gnomes, and such. The bar's full of people. Not rammed that you can't move. It's just busy. The bar folk are, from the looks of it, two young human lads just backwards and forwards from the bar, passing because it's all free. The fact, no one's rushing, no one's trying to. It's not free for 1 hour. It's free, so there's actually a relaxed atmosphere towards getting their drinks. Definitely not in Britain, but yeah, there is everyone's enjoying free food and ale. What do you do?
Watch the Goliath for a second, and then walk to the bar while still watching.
You bump into a couple of people.
Sorry. Do you have tea?
We do. Hot water, leaves. It might take a while. It's not as easy to, we don't just have tea lying around on the side, but we can throw some leaves in a tankard for you, tee them up.
Please. Who's that?
Who's what?
the Goliath, the lady.
Oh, she owns the left marble. She co-owns it with. I've no idea. She just co-owns it. Look, we only work in here. The Tony's gave us a few gold to work here, but we just call her Buddy. But that's not a name. We just call her Buddy. And she's a Neroliath.
Neroliath.
Or a Neroliath. We say Neroliath. Some people say Neroliath. They're water giants.
She's striking. I've never seen.
She's really nice, really generous and such. We worked a couple of times for her before, but she never gives her actual name. She just goes by Buddy. It means friend or something.
Buddy the giant. Yeah. Do you want me to wait here for tea?
If you just shuffle down a little bit, we'll bring it out. I'll get on it now. And my pal here will keep serving out. Everyone's been all right so far. So just give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back.
Cool.
And they disappear.
Yep. I'll take a seat nearish the bar and wait for him, and I will sit and doodle.
Cool.
I'll try and draw the Neroliath.
Neroliath. So, FaZe, Rhea, Bjorn, Velk. What did you do? Did you all follow Etheria in?
Yes. Well, I did.
Okay, FaZe did. Bjorn? Rhea?
If FaZe went, I went.
Velk?
I will go with Althea. Where she goes.
Althea
Whether that
stood
makes-
outside.
Yeah.
She hasn't moved, she's just looking around.
Mhm.
Althea, what did you get in your perception check?
Natural 20.
Cool. And you were looking for...
I wanted to go into the other marble.
Oh, so you're actually going into the bar?
The other,
Oh,
the other
okay,
one
okay.
that they aren't going
Right,
in.
I thought you were just staying outside and scanning. Okay.
Yeah, no. And then looking at who's in there and sort of leaning on the bar.
Okay. When you walk in there, it's just as busy, well, as you assume the other one is. Cool. In there, watching an arm wrestling competition of sorts is several of the Atorian locals and maybe a couple of visitors, a variety of races, most in the fashion of a town of Atoria, just tunics and such. Some are in sandals, some are barefoot, all enjoying the free beverages and that. But what you see is the Minotaur that you saw in Buxy Bay. There is a similar creature partaking in this arm wrestle. They are arm wrestling one of the Neroliath, which you know to be sea giants and divers of the coasts. Again, they have a deep sea blue skin. They're bald-headed, but they have a very, not very well kept, but a decently kept seafoam white beard. They're a bit more. They've lent into their heritage more, and they're heavily muscled. Maybe 7 feet tall if they were to stand. They dominate this table. Well, they would normally, apart from their opponent, is someone similar to the Minotaur side. And instead of having the head of a bull, they have the head of a rhino. And you see this sea giant arm wrestling against what you know to be a rhinotaur. It's very simple. You know what I mean? It's ancient Atoria. And they are having this arm wrestling. There are lots of people around there that are egging them on and such. You recognise the Rhinotaur as a teammate that you had maybe 2 years ago when they did a bit of a 4-on-4, and you didn't know who your teammates were going to be or who the opponents were going to be, but it was good money, and it was one of those. There was a few important people in the crowd, and your current trainer at the time. It was a good opportunity to get noticed, and it just so happened that this Rhinotaur was there. Now, this Rhinotaur is called Baddie. You recognise the Rhinotaur. You don't recognise the Neroliath, and everyone else is just in there, living the dream, drinking and such.
I will. When they're arm wrestling, or they're about to arm wrestle.
They're either in the middle of it, just like whatever, but they're currently locked in, like tensed up, gripping and such. So they're in an arm wrestle.
I will walk over to the table behind Batiatus so they can't see me, and just say, sort of standing right behind them, say, I'll play the winner, and see if they recognise my voice and if it makes them sort of jump, trying to surprise them.
Give me a charisma check. Just straight on charisma modifier. D20 and charisma modifier.
+1. 14.
Fucking hell, shit dice tonight. As they're like mid thing and you kind of push your way across, most people just let you through. Like you're in full fucking Taurian armor. These folks are fisher folk. And they're like, yeah, you can push through to the front. We care not. We like our lives. And as you kind of just like lean in and whisper, the Baddie arts just goes, what? And then the Minotaur just takes their arm down. They're like, what? Oh, fear! What are you? What? And the sea giant in front of them is like, that'll be 5 gold, Baddie asked. No, God, that is she. And he turns around and he picks you up and just puts you in the air like a child. I mean, he's maybe half a foot taller than you, but he's a Rhinotaur. And he just puts you back down, just throws 5 coins of golden colour at the sea giant, who just scoops it up, just stands up and adjusts a tie that does not exist. Around on me, he shouts to the thing. Everyone stops, cheers, stops again. And then one young kid at the back.
Free,
It's free. This is the sea giant. Baddie arts is like, easy.
That's fun to buy around.
Well, how you doing, Alfie? And then embraces you in a camaraderie hug.
I'm good. How are you? It's very
5
surprised
gold
to see you
shorter.
here.
Well, thanks for that.
Anytime.
See, the scars have stayed. Suits you.
Thanks. Yes, I think we picked up a few of these together. I'm here for the feast. I'm assuming you are too.
Oh yeah, and just pats their rotundness. Gotta feed this power belly somehow.
There's no entertainment scheduled, is there? You're not performing or anything.
Depends what you call. Well, I'm not doing any fighting if that's what you're asking. I'm taking a year off. Took a big one about six months ago. Whoa. Never piss off a Minotaur. Anyway, there's no entertainment schedule, but they've got a few singers and stuff going on. There's a couple. Someone's doing poetry. I don't know what that's about. Making words rhyme and shit. Sounds easy to me. You won't do it in the sands. Anyway, I heard rumour that you knocked it on the head, walked away from it.
Yeah, similar to you. I've taken some time off. Don't know if I'll go back to it. Just finding other stuff to do.
It's a different rumour, Alfia. Apparently you were stood before the Great One.
Great one?
Tourface, the big one, the arena, the true arena, the Colosseum.
Yeah.
Not this shithouse backyard fighting that we've been doing. How'd you walk away?
I was almost there, but like I say...
What, are you 12? You got your life ready. You should be in there.
I'll go back one day, I'm sure. It never truly goes away. Like you, I'm sure you'll head back. So you're taking a year off. It won't be that long.
I don't know. A little rhino comes rocking round, kicking off. I mean, I try to deny it, but they've all got a big horn in the face. I don't know how I could deny it for any longer, Alfie. There ain't many of us rocking around the arenas, and I was the only Rhinotaur in the room, if you know what I mean. Anyway, you know what I mean. You're too young for this. I thought about just being a farmer.
You thought you'd just be a farmer?
Yeah, but I can't farm. Big hands, you know, look at my thumbs. I don't even have thumbs. I don't know. Anyway, you just cost me 5 gold.
I'll get out 5 gold and hand it over.
Where'd you get 5 gold from?
I thought the same as you.
What? Alright. Yeah, I can give you 2 back. I'll just tell her 3.
I like pulling her clothes up, like Althea remembers. She said she played the winner.
Do you do this to Althea?
Mm-hmm.
Or to the Rhinotaur?
Althea.
Oh, that's Althea. What? What is it?
I did say I'd play the winner. Where's that Neroliath? Is that what they're called?
Ah, Neroliaths. Water giants, sea giants. Ah, you've been here. Well, I suppose you're only 8. Yeah, they're the sea giants out here. Strong as fuck. I'd have beat him if you hadn't been whispering in my ear. When do you get all romantic?
Get him back over here. I'll win your money back.
Althea smiles at a friend and finds vigor within, and our bardic inspiration.
What? When did you get a walk in like? I'll do. You all right, little one?
You know that poetry that you were talking about?
Aye.
He's very good at it.
I mean, yeah, all right. Whatever you say, Althea. Give me 5. I'll go talk to him. Try and set a match up for you. And you say, out of the way. No one's in his way, but people just move anyway. And he walks over to the Nerolife at the far end of the bar, who's bragging to some people who don't care. But they're like, yeah, you destroyed him, brilliant, yeah, unbelievable. And then you see them two start conversing. In Marble 1, you've got Faze, Rhea, and Bjorn, and Etheria. Your tea is brought to you, Etheria.
Yay.
It's all free, don't worry about it.
Thank you. Fez, do you want some tea?
Can I have alcohol, please?
Yeah. Sorry, I swallowed a fly. Yeah, you have whatever you want. Just we got loads of beer going, like some barrels of it.
Sure, that sounds good. Do you have 2 rooms that we could rent, borrow? One room would do if it's big enough for 6 people.
Definitely got 1. We ain't got 2. Next door might have another one, but a lot of people are just coming in and staying and such. And it'd easily fit 3 to 7 of you, depending on how you lay on each other, or next to each other, or on the ceilings. I don't know. But
Actually, on the ceiling's viable. That sounds good, please.
Okay. We can. Oh yeah. And he just pulls out a wooden plate, a wooden like amulet thing. It's oval shaped, and it's just got 2 lines, diagonal lines, burnt into it. Just says you've got a room. It's the second room when you go up the little stairs up there. Second room on your left. There's no keys around. It's you're safe. You're safe.
How much?
Glutonius.
So Plutonius has provided all the food, and all the rooms and accommodation, and all the alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are so fortunate. That's wonderful. How fantastic.
Normally the patrons, like, they pump in a bit into the town, but like Glutonius is, well, the best one we've had so far.
Be a hero here. Thank you very much. Beer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm going to go back to the table and go, hey, about this this festival tonight. And I'm going to say this very quietly. I am being circumspect. I know it's, hard to believe. What's Glutonius's angle here?
I barely listen. I'm still watching the Neroliath. What?
Theria.
Yeah.
What's Glutonius's angle? No one throws this much money into a town for, their own entertainment? We've already seen that she's got something weird with food that she'd sucked Bjorn into.
That was my thinking. If Bjorn struggled to escape from the food, I'd be very wary of her tables.
I'm certainly not planning to eat this evening.
I was wary about them pita breads, but this seemed okay. I don't feel different.
Well, I did enjoy the pita breads, but she made them, not Plutonius, which I think may have been the difference. But
I wonder if it's a presence as well while she's sat there eating.
Her name is...
Make
Yes,
everyone
Rhea?
fat so they can't fight.
Maybe, but what's the point? Where do you go from there?
Lord.
Plutonius,
What else are they doing with their life?
if the band of people Gluttonius works with were hired to kill children in Ravenholm. Home.
You pronounce it how you want, you live there.
I know, I had a moment. To go from that to this, it seems Gluttonius is mostly about making money. I suspect that the people were hired.
Obviously not. They're not about making money because they've just given it all away.
That's
To
exactly
feed an entire village.
my point.
Maybe they're trying to find forgiveness.
Could it be corruption?
What do you mean?
Could it be her way of corrupting the people or taking something from them?
I get the feeling that Gluttonius is not what she seems. I don't know. She could be a dwarf with a food problem. But it just seems very not correct.
In Colossus, would they have a concept of sins and corrupting people that way?
Yeah, everyone can be corrupted. There's flavours of corruption all over the place. Sins is interpretation of whatever, but
I just think
I
that
always just ask her. Like, hey, you killed a load of kids. Why are you suddenly being nice? That's a concept.
charisma.
I don't think the feeding is nice, judging by Bjorn's reaction to it.
reaction to it. I think you're right. I think we're right. There is more to this, and we need to witness what happens at the feast, perhaps, but definitely not partake. I'm worried that we'll get sucked into something. If she has an area of effect thing, I don't know.
But then aren't we going to stand out more? And as you've already stated, we're not very subtle.
No, but
I don't think people will be watching us to eat as long as we're not sat at the table, standing out like a sore thumb, ignoring the food.
Gluttonius might.
well, then Gluttonius can come and have a word with us.
What word?
Goldfish. I don't know. It very much depends on the circumstances, I would say, Ray.
Probably like 8.
Boy. Look, every part of me wants to go and find Gluttonius and smack her over the head with something solid until we extract the information we need, but I'm trying to be more careful.
Belk, Bjorn might have had a point.
Belk's not here.
I know, when Bjorn was speaking earlier about possibly waiting until the feast is done, maybe we could catch her outside the town.
I'm worried that the feast is going to do damage itself.
There's that.
I don't think that any person who's been involved in the murder of children is then going to suddenly become super altruistic and put on a feast for a town and become a patron for it. It just seems... I know she probably wasn't there. I don't know, but it seems unlikely.
If she was involved and you want her head removing, I'm willing.
I'm very happy to remove her head, but I would like to find out what she knows first. I think all we can do is wait until we have a bit more information. I think Belk's probably right. We need to see at least what happens before we can make a decision on how to proceed.
Yeah, I would rather not fight the entire town to get to her though.
Yes. Although if her magic, from what she did to Bjorn, I'm sure she has other skills, but it seems to suck people into eating continuously. But Bjorn did manage to resist it.
Was that a skill, luck, or just...
I normally
Beyond
find when I get out of situations like this, it is dumb luck.
Something, Bjorn. Thank you. I mean,
I am very good with dumb luck.
Yep.
At least one of them words, yeah.
well, look, we've got a room that we can retreat to and discuss once Falk and Althea return, and I guess we can figure out where to go from there. But
Are we all staying in that room? Are we going to get one over at road if there's any as well?
I mean, I'd rather keep us together. So there's less. Not that I really want to sleep on Bjorn's feet, but no offense, Bjorn. But
Is okay.
Sleep in a roost like I do. It's pretty
Oh,
comfy.
I think I'd fall down.
Hammock. Where there's a will, there's a way.
I don't have a hammer.
We'll make you.
Armor.
I'm gonna go back to drawing the nearer life.
Buddy. So, while you draw Buddy, talk about whose feet not to sleep on, Althea and Velk are setting up an arm wrestle against a water giant.
That's right.
I'm going to call it there. Because it's 11:30, there's stuff happening, well, you guys are in full flow, and we'll keep going otherwise, and I'm up at 6, so... Whee! So, thanks for watching, folks. If you're still watching, great. If you've just joined, great. Thanks for the raids. The raids were cool. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the resubscribes. We've got lots of bits. Thank you. So yeah, thank you very much, folks. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you didn't, you're wrong. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you do enjoy what you see and you have got pals that are interested in nerdy storytelling with dice, send them our way. And yeah, so we'll see you all tomorrow for our other D&D campaign, Fables Among Titans. So please come and watch us tomorrow as well. Come and join the Discord and find out what's going on and talk to us and stuff. It'll be great. Right, we're going to get off. I need to get off super fast. So, for now, say goodnight, players.
Good night, players.
Bye, 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 bye.